And a good evening to you from Saddleback College here in Mission Viejo, California, Saddleback Stadium. Welcome to tonight's Southern California Football Association National Division Southern League game between the visiting San Diego Mesa College Olympians and the host Saddleback College Bobcats. I am Mark Spinn along with Mike Zapata, the hardest working man in community college athletics. I can promise you that. This game is part of a quintuple header here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Mike was up at Golden West earlier today watching them beat Citrus.
Yeah, that's right.
Made it back down here to join us for tonight's game, which features a couple of teams that are coming off impressive victories. San Diego Mesa comes in 3-1 overall, 1-0 on the season. They bounced back from their lone defeat to Golden West by defeating Grossmont 45-3 last week. Saddleback got their second consecutive victory after an 0-2 start. They're now 2-2. They cruised past Southwestern 53-3 last week. Last year in this game, Mesa here at Saddleback College again came back from a 20-0 halftime deficit to win the game 21-20 behind backup quarterback Richie Colmenero III, who is replacing the injured Gunnar Gray. Richie is back as the starting quarterback. He rotates with James Odom for the Olympians and Coach Gary Watkins. We expect to see both quarterbacks for San Diego Mesa tonight. For Saddleback, speaking of quarterbacks, they have appeared to have settled on Trey Kukoc as their starter because he has played well. He got replaced by Brandon Burwald 2 games ago, but rotated back in. There is some talk that the Bobcats will shuttle quarterbacks in situationals, but Trey Kukoc is the starter as far as we know here tonight. Saddleback, Kerry Crabb. Kukoc started the first 2 games with the Bobcats and then came back in that third game when Brandon Burwald started and rallied the Bobcats to their first victory with 2 touchdown passes in the fourth quarter, including to his favorite target, Marcus Carrillo Edgar, and also Tristan Duncan en route to that 38-21 victory. Trey Kukoc had 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers in the rout of Southwestern. Don't be surprised if Burwald also sees playing time tonight. The sophomore out of White Bear Lake, Minnesota, has played well in all of his appearances this season, throwing for 225 yards and averaging more than 9 yards a carry on 13 rushes, which gives an RPO option to the Saddleback offense. Interestingly enough, Burwald made his first start for Saddleback last season against San Diego Mesa, so he's probably very familiar with the Olympians. Mesa has a very strong defense, led by an experienced secondary, returning several starters, including Jordan Dwyer, who has 3 interceptions thus far, and had 2 clutch breakups in the final seconds against Cerritos to preserve a 14-10 Mesa victory in Week 2. Although the Mesa's All-State defensive tackle Ezra Christensen is now playing at Fresno State, the Olympians still pressure the quarterback. They've got 11 sacks in 4 games, led by edge rusher Adrian Davis and Brian Spalding on the defensive line with 2 sacks apiece. Mesa's allowing only 10 points per game and limiting opponents to under 84 yards per game rushing. They'll need that kind of effort against the Bobcats, who are scoring an average of 37 points per game on 453 yards of total offense, including 214 rushing yards per game. We're ready for the coin toss?
Yeah, the coin toss just happened, and looks like Saddleback won. They're going to kick it away and defer to the second half.
We'll get into more of the storylines as we get ready for the playing of our national anthem here at Saddleback Stadium. And then we'll be back for the kickoff here on the SoCalCollegeSports.com network, because it is a network tonight with a quintuple header. The Red Zone channel, the SoCal College next time around.
Guys, now up!
Let's do it! Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Turn up the juice. Turn up the fucking juice. Let's go.
And that is a great way to get things started off here tonight at Saddleback Stadium. Callista Nightingale with our national anthem. Great job by Callista. And we are just about ready to get underway here, visiting San Diego Mesa, 3-1, 1-0 in Southern League play against the Saddleback College Bobcats, 2-2, 1-0 in Southern League play. Our referee tonight, Mark Milson. Our umpire, Andre Coleman. Head linesman, Scott Bernard. Line judge, Marianne Menlove. Field judge, Joel Rogers. Side judge, Wade McKenzie. And our back judge, Owen Sevier. And we are just about ready. Again, I am Mark Spin along with Mike Zepeda, SoCalCollegeSports.com. Excited to bring this one to you. Bobcats won the toss and deferred, so they will kick it away to the Olympians, and we'll see if Coach Gary Watkins starts with Richie Colmenero III, the sophomore who played extensively last year when Gunnar Gray was out with a wrist injury, or if James Odom will get the start because he's typically gone with Colmenero, but we will find out in a few moments. All right. Kianef Fructe, the SCFA Special Teams Player of the Week, who had 3 field goals and 6 extra points in the win over Southwestern, prepared to kick it off for the Bobcats, and we are underway at Saddleback College. Down to about the 2-yard line, return up the right-hand side. A little bit of room, daylight there. Got all the way out to about the 29-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. Get my special teams down to about the 2-yard line. Jaleel Tucker on the return for San Diego Mesa. And we'll see who comes out at quarterback to start things off for the Olympians. Is it going to be James Odom, or is it going to be... It's Richie Colmenero, number 3. At quarterback. 2 receivers split wide to the left. Colmenero turns and hands it off to Tavion Tate. Short gain up the middle. Couple yards, maybe 3. They'll move it out to the 31. It'll probably be 2nd and 7 for San Diego Mesa. San Diego Mesa has a massive offensive line. They have 5 players listed at more than 300 pounds. Saddleback's defensive line is not small, but they are outsized here tonight against a powerful Mesa offensive line. 2nd and 7. Colmenero swings it out to Tavion Tate. Little swing pass up the right-hand side. He'll get up to about the 35, which will bring up 3rd and about 3. Player shaken up, but it may be Tate who took the hit on the sideline. Saddleback shut that down fairly quickly. There was a lane up the sideline. Secondary came over and closed that off. I believe it is Tate down on the Saddleback sideline. He's being attended to by medical staff. We won't speculate. We'll tell you while they're attending to him, we can tell you a little bit more about some of the storylines in this game. All time with these teams, Saddleback leads the series 7-4. As we mentioned, last year was the 21-20 comeback victory by San Diego Mesa. A game here on the SoCalCollegeSports.com network, delayed by 45 minutes by lightning. Yes, it was one of those kind of nights. And Saddleback was cruising at halftime, 20-0. That was Brandon Burwald's first start last year when he was inserted into the lineup, and they were cruising right along. And then Richie Colmenero and company came back in the fourth quarter, cut it to 20-7 going into the fourth, and then got 2 touchdowns, including the game winner to Deshaun Owens from Colmenero with a minute left. If you remember that game, folks, you might remember that Saddleback in the closing seconds had a 50-yard field goal attempt from Connor Grace to win it at the north end zone to our left here. And he hit the very top of the upright from 50 yards. The thing would have been good from like 68. And it heartbreaker for the Bobcats, but that's kind of how the season went last year for Saddleback.
But in injury timeout on the field, we'll take a break, step aside for some Saddleback College highlights.
Here's Saddleback Stadium. Tavion Tate, running back, sophomore from Leander, Texas, shaken up on the play, caught a swing pass along the right-hand sideline, took a big hit from a Saddleback defender, took a few moments for the medical staff to get him up, but he is walking with a little bit of help, and hopefully he's just shaken up. Probably, well, we won't speculate. We're not doctors, we don't play them on TV, but we've got good community college football here tonight. 3-1 San Diego Mesa.
It seemed like a pretty innocuous play there, but you see, helmet to helmet, and sometimes, you can have the worst case scenario, and you hope that young man's okay.
It's going to bring up third and about 3-ish, short 3, call it 2. Colmenero hands it off straight up to Santiago Salas, who's in for Tavion Tate. He goes straight up the middle, gets a gain of a good solid 5 yards and a first down out to the San Diego Mesa 41-yard line. The drive continues. Tavion Tate, the leading rusher for San Diego Mesa. That will be a loss, averaging 4.2 yards a carry coming into the game. Salas now at tailback. He's rushed for about 100 yards on the season, limited action carrying the ball. Colmenero hands it again to Salas. Another big hole up the middle. We mentioned that massive offensive line for San Diego Mesa. Saddleback's defense has been quick and athletic up front. They've got a lot of pressure on quarterbacks dropping back to pass, but trying to hold off these 300-pound plus average lineman for San Diego Mesa, is going to be a challenge for the Bobcats.
Yeah, they feed them well down there, that's for sure.
Mesa rushes for about 200 yards a game coming in. It is their forte. It is their bread and butter. Colmenero and Odom both throw for about 95 yards a game, but they prefer to run the ball. All right, second and about 3 now. Colmenero back wide open across the middle. Big gain off to the right-hand sideline. That's Jordan Young, freshman out of West Hills High School in San Diego. Big gain. Tempo now for San Diego Mesa as they advance down into Saddleback territory at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10. Quick flick over the middle. Again, they go to Jordan Young. Pass is incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Diamato had a beat on it. You go back to Diamato's interception from a couple of weeks ago. We'll play it in between plays, but
yeah, it was an amazing one-handed interception in the Antelope Valley game. He's their leading tackler. He's got a couple of sacks. He's got 2 interceptions. Freshman out of Mission Viejo High School in there breaking up that one, adding to his totals. Knocked away, incomplete there. I'm looking at the sticks, Mike. Did they call that complete and only a 2-yard gain on the first down throw?
I believe it was complete.
Yeah. I heard the public address saying incomplete. I looked at it. I thought he caught it and was immediately, stopped by Diamato for a short gain. That one was incomplete. Now it's 3rd and 8 at the Saddleback 31-yard line. Probably 4-down territory for the Olympians.
Very likely. And, with it being 4-down territory and such a big offensive line, maybe suspect a run here, maybe a design QB run or jet sweep across the formation.
Also look for Cater Diop, number 7, at the bottom of your screen. He's their leading receiver. Good pressure again by the Bobcats. Colmenero rolls out to his left. Now they're going to get him. No place to go. Coming up from the secondary, Travis Arena, the sophomore out of Irvine Northwood High School. Great pursuit. Stuffed Colmenero, and that's going to bring up 4th and probably out of go-for-it territory for the Olympians. We'll see what.
4th and 11.
I don't think he had anyone to throw to. That was just good coverage.
Well, hey,
that was your coverage sack.
Well, you have the boundary.
Yes, well, that is true.
Right?
You've always got the boundary.
Throw
that thing away.
Now, it's a bad football play because now instead of being 4th and 8, now it's 4th and 11.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. You are correct, Mike. All right, 4th and 11. From the 35-yard line. Again, pressure, and again, Colmenero is going to get sacked. Great defensive pressure. The Bobcats have been sack machine for the last several games.
It just breaks down. The pocket breaks down. The pressure comes. Bobcats pin their ears back. It's a turnover on downs, and here comes Saddleback.
All right, so Saddleback will start at their own 39-yard line after a solid defensive stand after Mesa moved into Saddleback territory fairly quickly. And the Bobcats, again, it will be Trey Kukoc at quarterback. And
I think Kukoc, to this point in the season, has done a pretty good job to solidify his position as the top QB on this team. I'm sure we're going to see some other QBs work in.
Burwald probably will get some RPO-type situational play, but they're going to stay with Kukoc early on. And here's part of that 3-headed monster running attack of the Bobcats. Leading the way on that carry was Paulo Burak. He's their all-purpose yardage leader at Saddleback. And picked up maybe 3. No, they only gave him about a yard on the spot, so it's going to be 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9. 10:44 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Kukoc trying to elude the rush there, and now he's going to take a sack. So both defenses have been putting sacks up
early.
Matan Morris, he is their sack leader with 1.5 coming in. And he's out of Torrey Pines High School. He's been a menace to opposing offenses throughout the season for San Diego Mesa. And Trey Kukoc had nowhere to go with that. All right, now it's 3rd and 17. Kukoc, quick drop. They'll throw a little screen out to Burak. He's got room in front of him. Blockers upfield, up the left-hand sideline. Flag comes in. I think they're going to get an illegal block in the back or a hold.
Oh, come on.
So we'll see what the crew whistles that as. It was enough for the first down, but we'll see what the yellow flag says. And everybody's
Just a wall of blockers here. You just need to get in the way. Who holds? Oh, there you go. I think they're going to get the white out.
Yeah. Marcus Carrillo Edgar, number 14. Most likely guilty of the infraction.
What they teach you now is don't block, just run in front of him.
Right.
Get in his way.
Yeah, because you can't turn back towards your line of scrimmage. You've got to stay. Yeah, it was Carrillo Edgar, who's having a standout year for the Bobcats.
Mark, I have a question here. This should be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Okay.
Yeah, I believe that's where they marked it. Yeah,
okay,
so it's back
going
to
to be third and about 14.
So they got a gain of about 3 yards out of that. So it will be 3rd and 14 from their own 35. 9:54 to play here in the first quarter. Just underway. No score. Saddleback trying to convert on 3rd and several. Q Cook. He's got Carrillo Edgar in the slot left, and the Bobcats can't get organized. Jeff Fisher, the offensive coordinator, came out and said timeout. So a little discombobulation here to get things going. Maybe it's this weird September weather we're having here in Southern California, Mike.
June gloom in September.
It's been the weirdest September month I can remember. 2 weeks ago, we had a little mist during the Saddleback Antelope Valley game here in Mission Viejo. Today, it rained
today.
Quite a bit here in South Orange County, but it's nice right now. It's a nice night for football. A little muggy out there.
There was a momentary downfall.
Yes, it came down. I got wet walking from my car to the press box. I was like, I should not need an umbrella in September in Southern California. But it's a good night for football. About 65 degrees at kickoff at Saddleback Stadium.
We're spoiled here in California.
We are so spoiled, but we also pay for that right to be spoiled, So, all right, 3rd and 14. Bobcats regroup after the timeout. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Carrillo Edgar, Q Cook's favorite target, down here left, one-on-one coverage there. He's looking right. Now he's going to scramble up. He's going to go up the left side. He's not going to get to the first down. He does improve field position so they can flip the field. Gets out to about the 44-yard line. We'll see if the Bobcats, they're going to punt it away from their side.
Yeah, I don't think this is 4-down territory.
No,
it's going to justify a fake here. It's 4th and 7.
Yep. We'll see what they do, but I have a feeling this one's going to get booted away by Braden Biller. Jordan Young back to receive. Line drive, kind of a knuckleball-y, funny kicky, goes out of bounds. And it's
pretty solid kick.
Yeah. No return. They're going to get at the 21-yard line. About a 35-yard kick with no return.
You'll take it.
Yes, you will take that because it pins San Diego Mesa back at their own 20. It's as good as a touchback in that situation. So Brandon Biller gets the job done. Saddleback special teams have been excellent so far. Shout out to Coach Dana Roach. They had some excellent kickoff coverage in that comeback win over Antelope Valley, where they rallied from a 21-17 deficit in the fourth quarter and kept pinning AV back in their own territory. Colmenero, still quarterback, hands it off straight up the middle to Salas, who's in for the injured Tavion Tate, who left on the second play of the game after taking a hit near the sideline on a little swing pass, and he is their leading rusher, so Salas is going to have to step up and take a little bit more of the running game burden than he usually does, but he's been solid on the year. He's averaging about 3 yards a carry.
That's a big loss when you consider what they want to do from an offensive perspective.
That's right. They are a ball control, move the chain, move the clock offense. They're not big plays and 80-yard bombs. Colmenero will sweep around the left-hand side.
Should be a first down. Indeed, they are going to move the chains.
They're going to move the chains. A 1st and 10 for the Olympians.
It's a favorable spot. I thought they got to the 30, but they'll give them the 31.
So Nico Estrada does not have a lot of carries on the season, but he's going to be in there to spell Salas now. So he picked up the first down on a nice run there. 1st and 10 at the 31. Colmenero straight up the middle again to Salas. They're really trying to milk that huge offensive line. But short gain there. Bobcats did a nice job of closing that off. We'll see if they gave him a couple. Andrew Johnson, 6'4", 300. Aiden Hubble, 6'7", 304, amongst those the right side of the offensive line for the Olympians. Colmenero checks over the sideline. Gary Watkins in his 6th year, last year led the Olympians to an 8-4 record and a victory over El Camino in the Southern California Bowl. Off to a good start again this season at San Diego Mesa. Here comes pressure from the Bobcats. Colmenero did a nice job of reading that and getting it out quickly to the sideline for the quick pitch and catch.
That's incomplete. Look at this.
If only they had the replay that we can show you, folks, because, yes, that was clearly rolled over as the ball fell to the ground.
Trapped. Well, yeah, you see the ball. Now, I think they've changed the rules some.
Yes.
If you receive the ball and the ball doesn't move, the ball can hit the ground if it doesn't move.
Right.
That play, you clearly see the ball move as it hits the ground. That should have been incomplete. Yeah. Now it's 3rd and very manageable for the Olympians.
3rd and about 4 from their own 37. 6.5 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Colmenero, straight drop back. Again, pressure from the Bobcats, and again, they take him down for the sack. That is the dynamic duo of Tristan McMurray and Travis Arena coming in and just making Colmenero's life miserable.
It's a Colmenero sandwich.
Yeah. I'd like extra mustard with that.
Brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
There you go.
Is that allowed?
Hey, why not?
They are a pregame meal.
They were our pregame meal, and our thanks to the great folks at Saddleback College for taking such good care of us as we bring you this game. Olympians have to punt it away. We turn out to the right-hand side. Another flag's going to come in, and that's going to come back. Chase Christner on the return there. Didn't have much going after the punt by Ryan Harris for the Olympians.
You see a block in the back.
There's a block right there. Yep.
I mean, that's right in front of the ref. There's no way you get away with it.
Flags all over the field, as they say, and this will be backed up.
A bit of laundry.
Oh, it's the old laundry.
It's not just laundry, it's a full bath.
Saturday night laundry night here at Saddleback Stadium.
That's the worst.
Yes. A little sloppiness here early. We saw good cohesiveness last week out of both of these teams in their cruising to victories against teams that were not of the caliber of each other. So now you're playing against better competition, and there's a little bit of herky-jerkiness going on here.
Yeah, this is division opener.
Both teams started division play last week. With their,
was it last
yes,
week?
Because they've gone to 8 teams now in that the national, or the Southern League National Division. Q-Cook on a quarterback keeper designed run.
Yeah, you have
short game.
You have some teams up from the American from the season ago. We got a pretty good look at them earlier today in Citrus.
Yep.
Defending American Conference champ, moving up to the National this year. They went 11-0 last season. Dispatched by Golden West earlier today, and you speak of a sloppy game here. It was a sloppy one earlier today.
Q looking left, got a receiver wide open down. That's Jacob Sears. Made a nice quick out pattern up the sideline. Q-Cook threw a nice ball rolling to his left. That's not easy to do, throwing back across the body, and put it right on the money to Jacob, the sophomore out of Irvine High School, who threw a nice little wingback reverse pass a couple of weeks ago. So he's a multi-talented kid. Big gain for the Bobcats. Down to the Mesa 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Q-Cook working quickly, looking deep down the sideline. No, down the middle, excuse me. No chance for that one.
Had a man.
Yeah, overthrew it. He had a step on him. Bobcats have been playing multiple receivers all through the season. That was Josiah Smith another Northwood High School product. 2nd and 10, 4:56 to go in the first quarter. Bobcats at the Mesa 29-yard line after the big play to Jacob Sears from Trey Kukoc, who made a beautiful pass rolling to his left. Now he's got 2nd and 10. Paulo Burak straight up the middle, and he's quickly corralled by multiple Olympians.
That is terrific pursuit by the defensive lineman.
Yeah, it's Brian Spalding. He's got a couple of sacks. He's out of Point Loma High School. 6'3", 225, and got some wheels.
I was just going to say, that kid can move for sure.
3rd and 10 for the Bobcats, trying to keep this drive going after the long gainer to Jacob Sears took him into Mesa territory.
Hey, look, if you have an opportunity to get it, fine. But, I mean, a 5-yard, 6-yard gain right here certainly puts you in 4th and manageable.
And you've got Kayana Frutte, Special Teams Player of the Week, if you want to go field goal. There's going to be a takedown on Josiah Smith trying to run the fly pattern up the right-hand sideline. Mesa defender just kind of reached out and said, no, I'm not going to let you go any further. They kind of got tangled up a little bit there, but you can't do that. Little hands up in the air like, what did I do? Well, you interfered with him.
The guy you were defending ended up on the ground. I wonder how that happened.
With the ball in the air, and there's a rule against that in this game we call football. Deshaun Burdett picked up the penalty there, sophomore defensive back out of Eastlake High in Chula Vista. So the Bobcats convert with a penalty to get the first down, and they are at the 14-yard line. 1st and 10, Saddleback trying to get points on the board as we get under 4 minutes almost here in the first quarter. Burak takes around the left-hand sweep, slips and falls. He had some room to run going outside because he had some nice blocking out on that outer edge.
Just lost his footing.
Yeah, well, that rain from earlier today, we've got a little bit of slick. It's a beautiful surface here at Saddleback Stadium, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be perfectly dry. And the turf monster and the rain came back to haunt Paulo Burak there. Haven't seen Kenny Manacero yet, but they do play 3 running backs. That was Seth Lyon, the tight end, out there blocking ahead. Straight up the middle this time to Burak. Tough running. Gets it down to about we'll see where they spot it, at the 12. 2 tough yards. So now it's going to be 3rd and 8. Paulo's out of Carlsbad High School, averaging 5.1 yards a carry. You know, between the Manacero, Burak, and Pierce, the 3 of them have 612 yards. And between the 3 of them, they're averaging nearly 6 yards a carry. Led by Manacero at 7.1. Straight drop for Kukoc. Looks to the left. Throws in and out of the hands. Andres Lewis.
That's a great job by your defensive back. Getting hands in there, that would have been a completion.
Yeah, it looked like it maybe should have been caught, but he got in there to break that up. That was Chris Jackson, returning secondary player. As I mentioned, they have an experienced secondary. And here comes a Frutte, who has been money for the Bobcats this year. 7 out of 8 on field goals, 18 extra points. The SCFA Special Teams Player of the Week last week. Let's see if he can get the Bobcats on the board from 29 yards. Kick is up, curls inside the left upright, and Saddleback takes a 3-0 lead with 2:56 to go here in the first quarter. They get the big play to Jacob Sears, get the pass interference to keep the drive alive, and get the field goal from Kayana Frutte. We'll be back in a moment. 3-0 Saddleback. Back at Saddleback Stadium, 3-0 Saddleback gets the lead on a 29-yard field goal by Kayana Frutte, who prepares to kick off for the Bobcats. San Diego Mesa
taken at the 10-yard line. And he gets about Jordan Young. There's their primary return guy. He didn't think he was down, Jordan. I was looking to see if they did blow it dead, and they did. They'll put him at the 26. So it'll be.
His knee didn't hit. Let's see if that's actually true.
Well, but his elbow hit. So anything but your hand or your foot, you're considered down. So
elbow, forearm, all that stuff.
Yeah. All the body surfing that they do these days, you it's not something I'm real thrilled with. But hey, if you didn't touch down, you get up and run.
Yeah, the confusing ones are the ones where you get tackled on top of a player, never hit the ground, and you just roll over with forward momentum.
Right, you got to pay attention with San Diego Mesa because they will switch quarterbacks out. 3 and 8 look a lot alike from high above the western sideline here, and that is James Odom, who has come into the game in place of Colmenero and starts off with a beautiful throw up the left-hand sideline, rolling to his left. Big first down.
It's a pretty good strike on the run.
Jordan Young on the reception.
Connecting with his receiver, and just a pretty good job against the coverage.
Gain of 25 puts him in Saddleback territory at the Saddleback 49. 2:25 to go here in the first quarter. Mark Spin along with Mike Zepeda. Odom, his first series of the night. 2 for 2 now. 2 plays, 2 completions. Quick out there, and that is their primary receiver, Kader Diop. He's a transfer from Concordia St. Paul, Division II school in Minnesota. He's from Minneapolis South High School, so he's a sophomore. He's got.
My mom's from Minnesota.
There you go. All right. So he's got 14 catches, averaging 14.7 yards per catch, including 4 touchdowns. And he's the favorite target of both Colmenero and James Odom. Odom hands it off straight up the middle to Salas, who bowls his way down to the 35-yard line. Hard running for 4-6 yards and a first down. That was another huge hole opened up by.
We have a flag and some extracurricular here, Mark.
Yes, we do. All right. Bobcats. They'll tack 15 on to the first down run by Santiago Salas.
We see there.
There.
Well, they got a flag 98. You see it at the tail end.
All right. 1st and 10 for Mesa at the 20-yard line after the penalty and the first down run by Salas. James Odom out of the gun. Salas to his left. Diop to his right down below. And he goes to Kader. Kader breaks a tackle there and gets it inside the 10-yard line. That'll be another first down. 1st and goal, San Diego Mesa.
Moving the ball at will ever since the quarterback change.
It's been their methodology for all 4 games where and their stats are almost identical in terms of yards. It's like 95 and 94 per game. They're interchangeable in a lot of different ways. Odom just gives them a little bit more of an RPO because he's a bigger 6'2", 210 out of Grossmont High School. 1st and goal, San Diego Mesa, Saddleback 7-yard line. Odom straight up the middle to Salas. Why not? They've been doing it well in the last few carries. There comes a flag in. We might get a hold. We'll see what the back judge saw. But that was Salas again behind that massive offensive line. That's almost too easy, going straight up the middle there. Yeah, that came from the back judge from right underneath the goalpost, so it may have been a defensive hold. We're waiting for a... Let's see what. Yeah. Was a defensive hold. So, the Olympians. Mark Nilsson gave us the call there. Back judge Owen Sevier. And Mike, if you're San Diego Mesa here, just pound it straight up the middle. Why not? Well, this time the Bobcats say, not so fast, my friend. And they corral San Diego Salas, who loses his helmet, so now he's going to have to come out for a play. And we'll see if they come back with Nico Estrada. Already out with Tavion Tate got shaken up very early in the game. We got a timeout. Got another. That's the end of the quarter. That's the end of the first quarter. Good, quick-moving quarter. Picked up steam as we got into the last 5 minutes. Better football. The end of one quarter here at Saddleback Stadium. Saddleback 3, San Diego Mesa 0. San Diego Mesa on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from the 1 when we come back. Back at Saddleback College, 2nd and goal to start the second quarter for San Diego Mesa at the Saddleback 1-yard line. James Odom hands it off. Not going to get there.
That's a great push defensively up front.
And the Olympians bringing in multiple backs now. Tavion Tate went out with the injury. Salas lost his helmet on the last play, so he had to come out.
I think Salas was in on that play because of the end of the quarter.
He's back in there now for sure. So with 3rd and goal at the 1, they've had success just blasting straight up the middle behind the big offensive line. They go power right. We'll see if they go that way with Salas. No, now they'll just go the quick left into the end zone. Scooped up. Is it caught? Saddleback says it hit the ground, and it's incomplete, or did they give him the score? They gave him the score. Hard to tell. Didn't see a definitive signal from our officials. Odom threw a low. Well, that's a nice catch by Jordan Young right there, I think. Yeah, he collected that ball. Did not hit the turf. It's that low fastball. Nicely. So Ryan Harris on to kick.
Flags on the kick.
No good, but flags on the play.
So they showed for all the world like it was going to be power right to Salas again behind the big offensive line. And, of course, they did the quick slant into the left.
I mean, for the life of me, how are you not in press coverage on the goal line?
On the goal line, because that was pretty much a pitch and catch.
Yeah, well, what are you doing?
I think they were selling out against Salas in that power run.
Yeah, but you're not selling out on that side. I mean, what good is that going to do to be off of the line of scrimmage and giving any room to the receiver?
That is an excellent point, and I'm sure Kerry Crabb and company will address that because that was too easy for Mesa. But a nice drive led by James Odom in his first series of the game. Harris gets this try up and good, and San Diego Mesa takes a 7-3 lead with 14:10 to go here in the second quarter. SoCalCollegeSports.com quintuple header. I am Mark Spin along with Mike Zepeda. We'll be back with the kickoff.
Yeah, if you can, if they have any left.
Back here at Saddleback College, Saddleback Stadium, 7-3, San Diego Mesa marches down the field behind James Odom, who came on, as we've mentioned, San Diego Mesa will alternate quarterbacks. Richie Colmenero III, the starter, played through the first quarter. Odom came on here in the second. And it was immediately a touchdown drive for the Olympians, who now lead 7-3, 14-10. 14-10 to go in the first half. Ryan Harris to kick it away. Long kick will go into the end zone. Touchback, and Saddleback will take over. Trey Kukoc will remain the quarterback. Saddleback has not gone to the alternating quarterback thing, and I think that's probably the way it's going to be, barring the unforeseen. Trey reestablished himself in the second half of the Antelope Valley game, and then last week at Southwestern threw 4 touchdown passes in that game and 2 in the fourth quarter to lead the Bobcats to their come-from-behind victory over Antelope Valley here 2 weeks ago. Kenny Manacero will make his first appearance. I hadn't seen Kenny for any of the earlier drives for the Bobcats, number 6. He is in the top 3 in the SCFA in yards per carry average with 7.1. He takes a fake, and now at Kukoc on a designed run. I thought he was going to option pitch it out to Burak. Mesa defended that perfectly. And there's another flag for a little unsportsmanlike conduct, extracurricular on the Mesa sideline. We'll see who they call it on.
Looked like a late hit.
Short gain for Kukoc. I do think he wanted to option pitch that out to Burak after they faked it to Kenny Manacero. As I mentioned, Manacero, 261 yards in the season, averaging 7.1 yards a carry, leading ball carrier for Saddleback, and that 7.1 average is 3rd in the Southern California Football Association and among the top 10 in the state, CCCAA. And the Bobcats will take the penalty. I think they got Marcus Carrillo Edgar, wide receiver, on the sideline. And that's a tough penalty because it'll back him up to the 13.
Terrible penalty. Dead ball after the fact. So it's going to be, it should be second down. A dead ball after the play.
It was after the play. The referee,
so
Mark
second and
Milson.
25.
Now they've changed it. Yep.
Second and 23.
Second and 23 from just past the 12-yard line. Kukoc out of the gun. Manacero to his right. Swing pass out to Manacero there. Mesa, good break of a tackle by Kenny to squeeze maybe a yard out of it. He gets out to the 13, and it's going to be 3rd and 22 from deep in their own territory. A little late on the shove out of bounds, but no harm, no foul. Bobcats go with tempo on 3rd and exceptionally long. Mesa's got that experienced secondary. 3 starters back from last year's 8-4 team. Closed quickly on Manacero. Straight drag. Now they throw the screen. Manacero's got it again. Kenny's up the right-hand sideline, up to the 30, up to the 33. Nice play by Kenny. It'll be short of the first down, but it'll at least give the Bobcats a chance to flip the field on a good punt by Braden Biller. The hurdle. Good call by Jeff Fisher, the offensive coordinator, feeling the pressure was coming from Mesa. They threw the screen. Kukoc made a nice job of getting it over the oncoming rush. Manacero turned it upfield, made a nice gain out of it, got about 20 yards. But it is well short of the first down. Bobcats will punt it away here on 4th. Braden Biller got good leg on it. A little bit of a line drive. Gives a chance for the return.
By
Jordan Young once again on the return for the Olympians. Gets a few back.
pushed out by Pierce.
See if they're going to spot it. It looks like it'll be at the San Diego Mesa 37-yard line. 1st and 10, maybe the 38. And we'll see what the Olympians do at quarterback on this drive after Odom took him down the field on his first series for the touchdown. As we've mentioned, they rotate a lot with Colmenero and Odom, and it is Odom coming back out again for San Diego Mesa. So he took him 74 yards in 8 plays on the last possession. 7-3 San Diego Mesa as a result. And James Odom, the sophomore out of Grossmont, he'll hand it off straight up the middle, and we've said that a lot because it's working a lot for San Diego Mesa. Santiago Salas doing a nice job filling in for the injured Tavion Tate.
Yeah, they're going north and south with emphasis here, and certainly seemed like Odom was a shot in the arm offensively for the Olympians.
Yeah, Colmenero has shown ability to create in other starts, but Odom has come on and led a lot of touchdown drives for the Olympians. Colmenero has a little bit more experience, having played multiple games last year, backing up Gunnar Gray when Gray had the injured wrist. Gunnar Gray was going off to Buffalo, where he's playing collegiately. He was an all-conference quarterback for Mesa for a couple of years, had a left wrist injury last year that kept him out of about a half dozen games. And Colmenero III out of St. Augustine High School in San Diego was pressed into duty. Now rotating with Odom, who's on here, and it's 3rd and 5 for San Diego Mesa from their own 43-yard line. Out of the gun. Odom turns, fires, and there's Diop, Cater Diop. Got just past the sticks from what I could see, and it should be a first down for San Diego Mesa on a nice pitch and catch to their top wide receiver, Cater Diop, the transfer from Concordia St. Paul from Minnesota, your mom's hometown. She from Minneapolis?
Edina, I believe.
Okay. Cater's a 6', 185-pounder, and he's got 14 catches coming in the game to lead the Olympians. First down for San Diego Mesa, just on their side of the 50 at the 49, 10:52 to go here in the first quarter. Hand off to Salas. He kind of lost his footing, but he had nowhere to go. The Bobcats did a nice job closing on that counter play. But if you're San Diego Mesa, why even bother with the counter? North and south. North and south. But you got to mix it up. 2nd and 10, no gain on the play. Odom looking to the sideline. And once again, they've gone deep into they got Nico Estrada in the backfield now, going deep into their running back core after Tate went out on the second play of the game. Fakes it to Estrada, rifles it over the middle. If he came up with it, it is a great gain. Nope, they're going to say it hit the turf.
That one hit the turf.
There we go. Let's see the replay here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Oh, and it should have been caught.
And that is right where it needs to be.
That was a nice ball. A.J. Gonzak.
It was a great ball from Odom. And that was that Odom? Oh, Odom, number 8. There we go.
A.J. Gonzak couldn't quite reel that one in. So it's 3rd and 10. Odom picks up and runs, and that's what he can do a little bit better than Richie Colmenero. Bobcats weren't ready for the quarterback keeper. Scrambled quickly when he saw there was nobody open downfield. Made the decision to run, and it was the good decision. Big gain and a first down.
1st and 10 Mesa at the Bobcat 25.
And they've moved the ball into Saddleback territory to the 25-yard line after the 3rd down scramble for the first down by James Odom, who's created a spark here for the Olympians. Quick out over there. They go right back to A.J. Gonzak, and you got to think maybe for a confidence builder after the drop over the middle. Go quick flare. He got a couple. We'll see where they spot it.
Or they're where they should be after what should have been the catch.
Yes. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yep.
Coming under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. 7-3. San Diego Mesa leads Saddleback in this National Division Southern League game. Odom, Salas, fakes to him. Now he comes back to the left-hand side. James is throwing it a little low on a lot of his balls, so that's probably a little bit.
These are still catchable balls. I mean,
that one's a tough catch, but again, you know, the old A, if you can touch it, you can catch it.
Okay, the degree of difficulty high, I'll give you that. They're still on the hands of the receiver.
Yeah.
You're playing the position to catch the football. Quarterback throws it at your hands, you got to catch it.
Dezur Padgett, the intended receiver there. Brings up 3rd and 9. Bobcats trying to get a big stop.
that's
Might
really
be a
moving.
free play. I'm not sure. I don't know if a flag came in or not. Odom scrambling. Now he's going to break to the middle. Cuts back all the way down to the 3-yard line. Inside there. We'll see if there was a flag on the play. There was not. The
I thought
Bobcats
there
got
was early
back. Yeah,
movement.
I thought it. But either way, James Odom again tucked it and ran.
Man,
And picked up 22 yards to take it down
he has been a difference maker for sure.
just inside the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for San Diego Mesa. James Odom providing
1st and goal at the 2.
well-thrown balls and good footwork because he's picked up about 45 yards on the ground in this possession, and now it's 1st and goal for the Olympians inside the 3. They fake the inside reverse, rolling right. Odom looking for receivers. Good coverage by the Bobcats, and he just throws it out of the back of the end zone.
It's a great decision. Why force it? Live to fight another day.
Smart play by Odom. As we mentioned, he's a sophomore out of Grossmont.
And you saw a quarterback earlier today, in this one, take a sack unnecessarily that put them in 4th and long.
So he's got 48 yards on scrambles on this drive, 22 on that last one to bring him down to the inside the 3-yard line. They'll call it the 2 for 2nd and goal from the 2. It's a long 2, as we like to say, and the Saddleback defensive front has been tough to score on, but this big offensive line of Mesa down here, I wonder if they're just going to grind it again. And they hand it off to Salas straight up the middle. Saddleback does a nice job adjusting. Linebackers filling that gap in there and keeping Salas from squirting into the end zone. I believe that Travis Arena got in on the linebacker, came in and filled the gap nicely. So if they can just shed that initial block and push, because those linebackers for Saddleback, Tristan McMurray, Travis Arena, Enrique Amposta, timeout on the field. So they're going to talk it over. It'll be 3rd and 2, which is 3rd and goal for San Diego Mesa. When we come back here at Saddleback College, the Olympians.
Well, no, I mean, if he just used the card, I think if anything, I need to cool down more. Right, I used mine,
Running down some
and now the
scores
lights
here
are full
in
thing.
SoCal Fullerton. Early 2nd quarter leads Southwestern 14-0.
But also, Scott, what's your
Turn
AD profile?
28-7 over Santa Barbara. That's early in the 2nd. Midway through the 2nd, Mount San Antonio 19, San Bernardino Valley 9. Midway through the 2nd, Long Beach City 7, Cerritos 0. Pasadena City up 14-7 on Chafee.
And just put it off, turn it off so it's too bright.
All right, big play here. 3rd and goal from, we'll call it the 2, just inside the 3. San Diego Mesa looking to increase a 7-3 lead. James Odom with Santiago Salas to his left in the backfield.
Top the handle.
Sends Gonzak in motion. Drops straight back. Now pressure again. Bobcats are going to keep him out of the end zone. It's going to be 4th and goal. Odom had nowhere to throw it. Great job, Saddleback defensively, closing in on Odom to prevent him from another big scamper. He only needed 3 for the touchdown, but he got very little, and we've got another flag on the play.
Is this a hold?
Mark Milson talking to the Bobcats. Yes, I would.
And you're
It's
going to
gonna
take
be-
that every day of the week.
Yeah, 4th. It would be 4th and goal from inside the 2, or you can back them up
No,
and
I
make
think you
it
gotta back
3rd
them
and
up.
goal
Considering
from
how,
the. Yeah,
Considering how big this line is, you got to back them up, take the yardage. 3rd and long.
yeah. Make them earn these points because it is
3rd and goal from the 12.
3rd and goal from the 12 now instead of 4th and goal from inside the 2.
Yep.
After Saddleback stopped the scramble by James Odom. Great coverage. Did not go for the play fake to Salas. And forced Odom to tuck and run, but there was a hold on the play. So now it is 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line for San Diego Mesa.
Have to contain Odom here with his legs.
Saddleback comes with pressure. Bethke was in his face and made him throw it early. Ryan Bethke came from the left tackle position and was pressuring James Odom just as he was stepping in to throw. You'll see Bethke, number 55, right there, just enough to make Odom quick release it a little bit there.
That's D'Amato right there. We go back to his catch or his interception last time home.
So it's now 4th and goal, and on comes Ryan Harris for the field goal attempt. This will be a 29-yarder, trying to increase the lead to 7 points.
This is going to be a free 5.
He pushed that out to the right. He missed it, but we've got another flag. Yep, we got offside against the Bobcats, so they'll give him another chance.
What a terrible penalty.
Yeah, because,
What are you doing? You're trying to induce somebody being offsides. Watch this here. Gets in the neutral zone, and then they snap it.
Ryan Harris is...
Just a terrible penalty. Now they're going to bring Odom back on.
So what are you going to do here? You're going to go 4th and goal from the 8.
Okay, so Odom stays on because he's the holder.
Yeah, right. Mauricio Escudero comes in, and he's been their regular kicker. He was their kicker last year. Harris has stepped in lately because Escudero has been unavailable, but he steps in here, and he boots that through for the 3 points. So he makes it easy work of the 24-yard field goal to make the lead 10-3, San Diego Mesa over Saddleback.
And we'll see if that 3 points proves crucial later on today. I mean, it should have been turnover on downs after the missed kick. Just a bit of a bonehead play there for Saddleback. Allows an extra chance at a relatively easy field goal. San Diego Mesa and the Olympians able to convert now.
And Mike, isn't that the way it always is with those 3 points that you should not have given up, come back to haunt you because of
an extra point. You think about 3.
Yeah. In a game like this that looks like it is going to be kind of a lower scoring. Yeah. Both defenses are doing a nice job.
Had for sure shined here in the second half, and that may not always be the case. You have big guys up front, really for both teams, but in particular San Diego Mesa, and that can wear on a defense as the game goes along.
I mean, like we said, 5 players on the Mesa roster listed at over 300 pounds, and 4 of those are starters on their offensive line, so they're just going to be wearing out the Saddleback front. Ryan Harris, who's like their long-distance kicking specialist, also the kickoff man, sends it down to about the 3-yard line. Will Craven on the return, the freshman, makes a nice move to get out to the 33-yard line.
He ran into his own guys. Is there a flag on the play?
More whistles.
There's a flag.
Well, it couldn't be a special teams play without a flag, right?
That's true.
Made a night. Yeah, got a little spun around there. Got a little, maybe a helping assist to steady him from his teammate, and then got about 8 more yards in. Then the flag came in late, so I think it's going to be an unsportsmanlike.
Maybe some extracurricular.
Yeah.
They're kind of leaning in the direction it's going to be against San Diego.
See if it's either the unsportsmanlike or the personal foul.
Let's see what the read is.
Mark Milson getting ready to tell us. It's on the Bobcats. They didn't catch the number, but it will push them back after a nice return by Will Craven. Freshman return specialist made a nice run back. Instead of having it at the 33, the Bobcats are back at their 18.
Mark, this is double-digit penalties in the first half for the Bobcats. What are you doing? Paint's coming off the walls at halftime, I can guarantee.
Gary Crabb will not be happy with the penalties here in the first half because they've been after the whistle type stuff mostly that have hurt the Bobcats, pushing them back. All right, Manacero to Q Cook's right. Now heavy pressure again. They throw that screen pass again to Manacero. This time San Diego Mesa was there and quickly made the play. Trying to get the ball into Kenny Manacero's hands, which is always a good idea, but Christian Aguilar, sophomore linebacker out of Eastlake High School, leading tackler on San Diego Mesa's defense coming into tonight.
You know, the Bobcats are fortunate to only be down 7.
Yes.
They've been outplayed. They're losing in the trenches, and they've been undisciplined.
And they can't get the ball downfield with Q Cook, and he drops it. Trey loses it there, and they're going to fall on that for a San Diego Mesa touchdown on the fumble by Q Cook as he was trying to avoid pressure. They came with everybody, tried to scramble away, and just dropped the ball. And Mesa is there to get the easy, thank you very much. Mom, look, I scored a touchdown. Because it just rolled right into the end zone, and there was nothing but Olympians there. And Connor Rath, freshman out of Poway High School.
I'm no Nostradamus, but I got a feeling we're probably going to see a quarterback change.
It may be. Well, look at you. There you go. Brandon Burwald, maybe the sophomore from White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Hey, a couple of Minnesota kids out there tonight with Cater D up, and now we got Brandon Burwald, who we may or may not see, but yeah, Trey's a little out of rhythm, but the pressure of San Diego Mesa was right in his face. Here's the extra point up and good by Escudero, who's back in kicking. Seems to have maybe reclaimed the short kicking job. And it's now 17-3, San Diego Mesa over Saddleback after the turnover touchdown. Not even a scoop and score, a fall and score for Connor Rath in the right place at the right time after that massive push up front.
Well, San Diego Mesa gets a couple of gifts. They get the extra attempt at a field goal that results in 3 points. And now just a fumble by the quarterback, Q kick, and Bobcats really reeling here in the second quarter. This has not been their best quarter of the year, that's for sure. And have to short things up at halftime. They're going to have any chance of coming back in this one. Remember last year it was 20-0.
Yes.
San Diego Mesa trailed by 20 at the half, came back all the way, won the ball game. Bobcats
it
going to
can
have
be
to
done.
return the favor here in 2023.
And they're going to need to find a way to get the ball downfield because the Mesa defensive pressure is tying everything up right at the line of scrimmage. And those little dump screen passes to Kenny Manacero aren't going to work for too much longer, if at all. There's a nice return up to about the 35-yard line. We'll spot him about the 33. More extracurricular activity, and now it's kind of starting to be, how many sets of roads to happiness do you want to run after practice on Monday? Because this is getting to be.
We are getting word that it is starting to rain a bit. You wonder if maybe that ball was a little slippery.
This time it goes against Mesa on the personal foul, so as the age-old statement goes, Mike, it's getting a little chippy out there, and hey, I mean...
It's been chippy.
It's not just getting chippy, it's been
as
chippy.
Kids like to say now, been had chippy.
Yeah, been had chippy. As Ezekiel Pierce on the return, first mention of Ezekiel tonight, he's one of the three running backs the Saddleback likes to rotate in. They started off with Paolo Burak, Kenny Manacero now in the second quarter. Ezekiel Pierce getting some special teams action. So the Bobcats get the gift out to the 48-yard line after the personal foul. And Brandon Burwald, as Mike Zepeda, not only the hardest working man in community college sports broadcasting, but psychic. The Mike Zepeda Psychic Network, as Brandon Burwald comes in for Trey Kukoc at quarterback for the Bobcats. Not surprising.
Unveiling the crystal ball at halftime.
And it was, hey, there's a big Powerball jackpot tonight. Can you help me out with that? All right. Burwald looks over at Jeff Fisher, the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach for the Bobcats. Gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5. 2nd and 4, we'll call it officially, from the 46-yard line. Fakes to Pierce. Burwald down the field, and that's something they weren't able to do previously. Nice pitch and catch there. Andres Lewis, the freshman out of Mission Viejo High School, gets it on the money from Brandon Burwald.
That's terrific composure from Burwald. He gets pressure, but he doesn't fold. Makes a quick step, very Brady-esque. Fires a strike. It's first down. Bobcats moving the football.
They're inside the 35 of San Diego Mesa, trailing 17-3, 4.5 to go here in the first half. Led a little bit too much out there. Tried to get it to Tristan Duncan.
I'm surprised there's no flag here. Certainly looked like there's contact. And
let's see on the replay if we can pick that up.
the contact is there, and it's on the offhand, so very well disguised.
And straight up the middle that time, Ezekiel Pierce. Good solid gain. That was Chris Jackson on the coverage on the previous play for Mesa. There's Ezekiel Pierce. Bobcats like to keep those fresh legs in there, and that's 1st and 10 at the 20. They go to Pierce again. Oh, there's a face mask right there. Yeah.
Personal foul.
So we're going to have a 15-yard penalty and a first down for the Bobcats. high snap, Burwald did a nice job because that rain is starting to come down.
Another bad penalty, this time going to go against San Diego. They're certainly returning the favor. And are we going to have, it looked like somebody came in late. It looked like 73 comes in late. They're not going to flag that.
They got Will Robinson, the linebacker at Del Norte High School, on the face mask. San Diego Mesa, the dreaded double numbers with the offensive person.
2 touchdowns, and you're going to literally give them 30 yards of field position.
That's correct.
On penalties on the ensuing drive for Saddleback with a brand new quarterback who looks like he's the answer here.
Burwald on the sweep to the left side to Ezekiel Pierce. He'll lunge forward, get about 4, and he'll bring up and get a first down at the 1. So
I thought Pierce had a chance to really turn that up.
He bounced it out a little bit. They've been running that left sweep successfully, and maybe that's the play call is to follow that block, but he could have maybe cut that up at the hash mark. All right. Throw on the back shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Tristan Duncan. The transfer from Truman State in Kirksville, Missouri, the pride of Effingham, Illinois, on a great throw on the back shoulder by Brandon Burwald, who marches the Bobcats down the field and gets points on the board. Yeah, they wanted a little bit of a push there maybe on Tristan, but you're not going to get that. And Tristan Duncan, who had a similar catch against Antelope Valley from Trey Kukoc on the back shoulder in the fourth quarter during the rally, ran that same route right there. May have gotten away with a push on that one. San Diego Mesa certainly wanted it. Fructe's extra point is up and good.
That is a big response by the Bobcats and Burwald. Well, now he's probably your QB1. It certainly looked like it on that drive.
As we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, folks, we said, well, who's on QB? As the old Abbott and Costello, who's on first for Saddleback? It's who's on QB. For San Diego Mesa, it's who's on QB, and is it Odom and Burwald instead of, Richie and Trey in terms of who you're going to start? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to figure. I mean, Burwald looks so good on that drive. I mean, albeit he was helped by those penalties, but still.
Yeah. I mean, undisciplined plays by San Diego Mesa on the personal foul. The face mask is just it happens type situation, but moving him down into quick scoring position, and Burwald did not waste the opportunity and punched it in. He came into the game 23 out of 41 for 225 yards and a couple of TDs, so you can add another one to that. He's also rushed for almost 9 yards a carry and some of those are designed runs they'll do. Jeff Fisher will call for him because he's a big kid. He's 6'2", 210, and if he gets out in the secondary, there's not a lot of cornerbacks that want to come over and try and bring that down. So he's done a nice job. A Fructe in the steadily increasing drizzle here at Saddleback Stadium. And they'll bring it out.
Nice tackle.
Good special team work. Jalil Tucker on the return. Saddleback, as I mentioned, Dana Roach and those special teams, they've been excellent so far this season. And there was another great demonstration of kick coverage and cutting down the carrier before he could get field position for San Diego Mesa. Jalil knocked down at the 21 where Mesa takes over, and they bring back in, what do we know? Colmenero comes back in for San Diego Mesa. So that rotation is just, it is what it is with them. It's not we're going to stick with the hot quarterback. Saddleback may do differently. We'll have to wait and see. So Richie Colmenero back in the game. Play fake, quick out to the sideline. Wow. Dangerous throw right there. Cater Diop kind of just laser focused on him. And a little quicker step towards the ball may have been pick six time for the Bobcats.
Yeah, that could have been points going the other way. Yeah. Quickly tied up in this one, but instead the ball does get home.
You got to honor Cater Diop, so you can't play him too much press coverage. K.O. Wallace there for the Bobcats on the left corner. Nice job defensively. They string him out. Bethke brings him down behind the line of scrimmage. And I think that was big number 90. Oh, gosh. Saddleback has kind of gone beefy on the front, too.
Yeah, that's a big
Yeah. Lasir Luter. He's 6'4", 335. So San Diego Mesa, you want to play 300 plus?
We got you.
Big Lasir Luter from Detroit out of Castech High School. Oh,
it's early movement.
Colmenero was not ready for the snap, recovers nicely and throws it downfield. One-on-one coverage. Kale Wallace again
We
on.
have a flag on the field. Now,
Yeah. Richie said, I wasn't really
okay,
looking
this
for
is
that.
going to be, that was a free play.
So why
I
not?
thought I saw early movement.
So Mark Milson talks it over with Marianne Murlove. And the eagle eye of Mike Zepeda has it correct again, offside on the Bobcats.
The glasses help.
I'm too vain. I don't know why.
Sound like my dad.
So 5 free yards there. And instead of 3rd and 7, it's going to be 3rd and 2 now. For San Diego Mesa, they lead 17-10.
Again, just another bonehead play, this time made by Saddleback. 5 yards, now 3rd and 7, 3rd relatively long, 3rd and short. Very manageable.
Get that penalty yardage for you officially at the half. All right, Colmenero out of the gun, looking right the entire way. Great coverage down there by Diamato.
Again.
Yeah. Michael, the freshman from Mission Viejo High School, that wasn't going to go anywhere. Jordan Young.
The receiver wants a flag, but Diamato just terrific.
It was perfect coverage. Jordan Young was, but he was not open.
Well, he was defending in the end zone earlier. Broke up a play.
So it's 4th and 2. The Olympians are lining up as if they're going to punt, and you got to think they will with 2 minutes to go, 2 minutes and 13 seconds.
Yeah, no way they go for it here.
Ryan Harris back in punt formation. Ooh, Bobcats came after it a little bit. Fair catch taken down at the 34-yard line by Saddleback. That was Chase Christner. Made the nice fair catch in the wet football. Took good care of it. So the Bobcats will have possession, and I got to think we're going to see Brandon Burwald right back out there, number 17. Took the Bobcats down for the touchdown to make it 17-10. Chance for the Bobcats to get points on the board here.
2:06 left in the half. Bobcats take over on the 34.
So Burwald with Paulo Burak to his left in the backfield. 4 wide receivers. They have not gotten the ball to Marcus Carrillo Edgar, leading receiver, so far this evening. Burwald, straight drop, throws it down. Nice pass breakup. And as I was mentioning before,
Another flag, sounds like.
Another flag. We're going to fall asleep saying that tonight.
Another personal foul penalty. 45 yards of field position now over the last 2 drives. Move the change yet again in favor of the Bobcats. Man.
Like I said, folks, we'll get the official numbers on the penalties, but it's been sloppy here. Both teams with these kinds of penalties that they're not effort penalties.
What is
they're
San Diego Mesa doing? They had all the momentum in the world, and now they're just giving up free yardage.
Burwald on the scramble. Gets about 7 on first down, maybe 8. It'll be 2nd and short for the Bobcats on the Mesa side of midfield with 1:45 to go here in the first half. Bobcats have a timeout left.
Back to live.
2nd and 2 from the 43-yard line of San Diego Mesa. Burwald out of the gun, hands it, fakes it to Burak, rifles it across the middle. Quick pitch and catch. And it looks like we're going to have another personal foul roughing the passer on San Diego Mesa after the quick pitch and catch. I believe that's Josh Collins on the reception. He had enough for the first down. I see flags everywhere.
Well, is there a flag in the
There's
backfield?
a flag in the backfield and a flag in the secondary.
So this might be offsetting here.
Yeah, we could have holding on the Bobcats and we could have the personal foul roughing the passer.
It's in the. Is it kind of in the secondary? Let's see what this is about. All right, so
All right, the penalties do offset. Roughing the passer against San Diego Mesa. Another personal foul penalty in a string of personal foul penalties by the Olympians here in this last few minutes. Saddleback had a lineman downfield that negated the first down catch by Josh Collins, but it remains 2nd and 2 for the Bobcats, 1:27. They're inside San Diego Mesa territory at the 43-yard line with a timeout, trying to get the tying score before halftime.
I mean, just any points here at the end of the first half would be huge.
Handoff straight up to Paulo Burak, and he runs hard for a couple, 3 yards. He'll be short of the first down.
I think they're just going to give him the one.
They did. 1 yard gain, moves it down to the 42, so it's 3rd and a yard. Burak out of Carlsbad High School, those powerful legs. They go for the tight formation with Burwald on the sneak, and I don't know if he's going to get it unless he gets something going on the fourth effort.
I think he got it.
Well, from where the linesman is coming over, it's going to be very close. It'll be 4th and short if he didn't get it, and you got to think Saddleback will go for it if he's short.
Got to take a timeout.
Yeah, we're going to have a measurement, I'm sure. Yeah, the referee's going to bring the chains out. Saddleback gets the ball to start the second half, having won the toss and deferred. So points here.
If the chain is there, then that's a first down. I don't think you need a measurement.
Well, they've got the ball spotted past the yard line, absolutely. So that's
no
at
way
least
not a first
that's
down.
a length of the football, you would say, right there. But you never can tell. Those are the official chains on the San Diego Mesa.
If you're the Wildcats, you only have one timeout remaining. You need to be ready
on the ball.
Run this play as soon as they start the clock.
Because we're down to 46 seconds. So if it's a first down.
It's a little bit of a double-edged sword here. So you get the timeout, the free timeout with the official timeout for the measurement, but then the defense gets to kind of catch their breath a little bit. So it's not even close.
As we said, the length of the football. So more eagle-eyed Mike Zepeda. Who's your ophthalmologist? I need to make an appointment for that. Well done, sir. All right, first down for Saddleback. Burwald moving the team down the field again. Mark Milson gets ready to wind the clock as they'll reset the chains. They still got to move him down the field, and they do. And the clock winds now, 45. Burwald from the gun, looking down the right-hand sideline. Got a receiver. They're all tangled up down there. There's Marcus Carrillo Edgar. He says he caught the ball.
He caught the ball?
He says he caught the ball. Let's see.
In his legs.
There were flags all over the place. Oh, my goodness gracious. Look at that.
Caught the football. Oh, my goodness.
Tyson Shields draped all over him, and Saddleback's leading receiver, Marcus Carrillo Edgar, makes the catch of the season. That's right there with Michael Diamato's one-handed interception, Mike. Look at that. Between the legs, pulls it in with his hands to his chest as he flips over.
That is an incredible
That is absolutely
catch.
Astounding.
Did they rule that incomplete?
No, I believe they gave him the catch.
No, I think they're ruling this incomplete.
Well, it's a first down at the 26-yard line, so they've moved up the field. Unless they called it pass interference. Well, it's a catch as we see it.
That's a catch.
Absolutely. And the big replay board is showing that catch as well. And now the referees are huddling, and we're going to try and get this figured out, folks. We're watching it on the replay just like you.
I mean, they're watching it.
The the officials have huddled at the 15-yard line, and they're trying to decide if it was just pass interference, because I believe they flagged Tyson Shields, and that's why the ball moved up the field for Saddleback on a 15-yard penalty. But now
they turned it off.
Now the gain would have been down. Hard to tell from our angle where they would have ended up, but it would have been further ahead than the penalty for sure. Take one more look at it.
Yes. We know he made the catch. Where is he down?
Yeah, like the 13-yard line. Somewhere around the 13. They did flag Tyson Shields for pass interference, but
he should be down at the 11. They're going to give him. I think they're going to give it to him. Or pass interference.
Pass interference.
Either way, it's first and 10.
Yes, the Bobcats.
Unbelievable catch.
the spot, if you give the catch to him, would have been the 13-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line, so I guess they're just calling the spot foul on the pass interference where the contact happened. So
if they didn't give him credit for that catch, if you're the referee, you can't just assume that is an incompletion. You have to complete the catch
You've got to
with
follow
your
it.
eyes.
That's right.
Yes.
Don't be looking at the number on who you're calling the penalty on. Look at the ball and where it ends up, because that's Sports Center top 10 again, Mike. You're going to make another new friend. That's one that needs to get sent off to Bristol, Connecticut.
I think you're right. I think that's definitely worthy.
That is, and we don't need to tell them that they ruled it incomplete because, hey, in our book, that's a catch. And that was a nice throw by Burwald. He put it where only Marcus Carrillo Edgar, the 5'10 freshman out of Norco, leads the Bobcats with 4 touchdowns. And we're going to call that his 13th reception of the season, even if they didn't do it officially down on the field. What a catch by Marcus. But regardless, it's 1st and 10 for Saddleback at the 17-yard line of San Diego Mesa. 39 seconds to go here in the first half. Saddleback trying to tie this up at halftime. They will get the ball to start the second half, looking for that momentum. Burwald, straight drop. Now he's going to run to his left. He tucks it and goes. Brandon all the way down. He's in for the touchdown. Brandon Burwald scrambled left, cut back down the middle, got to the 5-yard line, carried defenders with him. The 6'2", 210-pounder, White Bear Lake, Minnesota, one of my favorite places. Touchdown, Saddleback score for Brandon Burwald on the 17-yard scramble. Breaking tackles there and carries Tyson Shields into the end zone.
Man. Well, it was Odom that provided the infusion of offense.
Yep.
And now
Brandon Burwald, kind of Fructe, puts the extra point up and good, remains perfect on the season. And with 30 seconds left in the first half, Saddleback has come back to tie this at 17 all after trailing 17-3. Look at that big, strong quarterback, hard running, didn't have a receiver open, went left, cut back middle, touchdown Bobcats, touchdown Brandon Burwald.
I think the best part about this replay here, okay, I think he did a Spider-Man move. You see the Spider-Man move at the end?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
A lot of excitement in the end zone for the Bobcats. Sometimes it's just not your night. Maybe Trey Kukuk, it just wasn't his night. The pass rush was in his face the entire time. Burwald comes in with more mobility and the ability to tuck it and run. As we mentioned, averaging more than 9 yards a carry. He just improved on that with that 17-yard touchdown scramble. 30 seconds left. Brandon Burwald, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for Saddleback, and we're all even at 17. San Diego Mesa, barring a big return, they've got 2 timeouts. We'll see what they decide to do with it. That was just an amazing sequence of plays. And you got to think, even if they ruled it incomplete mistakenly, that catch by Marcus Carrillo Edgar absolutely electrified the Saddleback sideline, pumped them up, and they took advantage of that momentum. Burwald with a great scrambling touchdown. Fructe just drives it bouncing down the middle of the field. Mesa will pick it up at the 30. They'll take it out to about the 34, where they'll have first down with 24 seconds left, 2 timeouts. We'll see what Gary Watkins decides to do, knowing that Saddleback does get the ball to start the second half after deferring.
I mean, how about that? They win the toss. They're going to get it back. They just scored a couple touchdowns in a row after falling behind 17-3. It's all Bobcats in the last 5 minutes.
Helped out by some personal foul and, such penalties. Helped out by a pass interference that
thank you very much.
Didn't need it because Marcus Carrillo
Saddleback.
Edgar made the catch of the season, maybe of any season at Saddleback. And the rain coming down harder here as we approach halftime.
Massive downpour.
So they go back with Richie Colmenero III out of the gun. He will throw on first down. They throw a little screen pass out to Santiago Salas. He takes it at the 30, cuts up the sideline, breaks tackle, still going, gets it all the way out to midfield into Saddleback territory at the 49. Out of bounds, 15 seconds, 2 timeouts, and now it's like we can take a shot at this. Good play call there on the screen play because Saddleback was coming hard and the Olympians figured that out. Colmenero looked one way, came back with the screen the other, and they get it into Saddleback territory on one play. 15 seconds now. Colmenero rolling right in the rain, throwing downfield, incomplete. Nowhere to go with that one. Good coverage by the Bobcats. Did not see an open white shirt anywhere on that side of the field, and it's going to be awfully tough to turn and throw back across your body with this hard rain that started to come down here in Mission Viejo on this Saturday night, September 30th. Feels more like November here in Mission Viejo tonight.
Well, it's October tomorrow.
That's right. All right, 2nd and 10, 9 seconds left. Still 2 timeouts for the Olympians, so if they can get something down the middle of the field, they can call timeout. Colmenero. He's got Estrada in the backfield with him. They do throw over the middle. It's through the hands. Jordan Young, I believe the intended receiver there. Yeah. A little high, a little fast, a little wet. Hard to haul that one in. A better throw by Colmenero would have resulted in potentially putting him in field goal range. Ryan Harris, the long-distance kicker, does have a long of 50 yards this year. Escudero's come back on to handle extra points and short field goals.
About 67
yeah, this
yards,
one he probably
68.
couldn't do in this weather, but if they could have gotten that completion down to the 35, it might have been worth a conversation. Now you got 5 seconds. Still time for a quick out to the sideline and possibly a long field goal attempt using the timeout. But we'll see if they just Hail Mary it. They got 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen. To Colmenero's right. He'll just hand it off. Yeah, they're just going to run out the clock here. Smart play there. Nico Estrada. Ball came out at the end, but that's the end of the first half. Good one. Started off a little sloppy and still a lot of penalties, but some exciting action. In the second quarter, James Odom off the bench coming in at quarterback for San Diego Mesa, led a couple of drives. Brandon Burwald off the bench for Saddleback at quarterback, led a couple of scoring drives.
Mark,
did the ball come out?
The ball is out. The knee is not on the ground. Ball is out there, knee not down. That's a fumble. Wow.
And the possibility of a return on the oh, gosh, yeah, that's another one that, you know, we had a penalty on the Bobcats anyway. So now we're going to have the old untimed down here at the end of the half. Another flag. We can't even keep count of them, folks. I was just telling you how the play had been exciting, but it's also been sloppy. And that's the sloppiness. Oh, yeah, that ball is out. That ball is definitely out, Mike. And Saddleback had the clear recovery, but a flag had come in. So now you're in Hail Mary range. Colmenero's got a good arm. I remember seeing him throw it deep last year. He steps up and gives it everything he's got, and that'll get into the end zone. He's got to receive. Oh, nice defensive breakup once again by Saddleback. One-on-one coverage over there, which is a little scary for the Bobcats in that situation. But they made a nice, solid defensive play. Defensive back, that was Trevor Romaldo who came over. Sophomore out of Aliso Niguel High School. And that will finally end our first half. Unless there's another penalty, Mike, with your eagle eye. Do you see any more laundry on the field there? Negative. All right, we are at 17-17. We will be back with the second half on the SoCalSports.com network. Good one. Welcome back to now very soaking wet Saddleback Stadium. Hard rain fell at the end of the second quarter through halftime. The rain has apparently stopped, maybe a light mist possibly still, but the field is now going to be a little slick. The ball is going to get wet, and it could turn into a sloppy second half. We'll have to wait and see, but it's 17-17 here as we get ready to kick off the second half.
Pretty sloppy first half there, Mark.
It was a very sloppy first half, Mike. We will get into the penalties. 10 on Saddleback for 93 yards, 5 on San Diego Mesa for 65 yards, and several of those were of the personal foul, unsportsmanlike category.
The bonehead variety.
Yes, the bonehead. I was trying to be nice, but yeah, it didn't help, and Saddlebacks weren't a whole lot better. 93 yards and penalties, 65 for San Diego Mesa.
The theme of the day has been shooting yourself in the foot, and in this game, the team that wins it is going to the team that has the most toes remaining.
That's right. It's an interesting comeback by the Bobcats. They were down 17-3 after the sack fumble touchdown that resulted for San Diego Mesa after a Trey Q. Cook
somebody's not at
turnover, and we kick off the second half. Here come the Bobcats. They won the toss and deferred up the right-hand sideline. He's got room. He's got room. He's going to take it to the house. Will Craven, the freshman, goes 91 yards up the right-hand side. And for the first time in a while, I can say no flags. That was an incredible run back by Will Craven, number 83. Can't give you the replay, folks, but what a run back that was. We'll get the official number from SID Brad Hoyseth in a moment. Will's a freshman out of Dana Point High School. Got some excellent blocking and went up the right-hand side. And just like that, to open the second half, Saddleback jumps into the lead after trailing 17-3 earlier. Will Craven all the way. And Saddleback takes the lead. Afrukte on for the extra point. They handle the snap and the hold perfectly. And just like that, Saddleback leads 24-17. 13 seconds into this third quarter. Wow. What a way to start after we were talking about sloppy and soggy and not a lot of fun. And then all of a sudden, Will Craven took it in the middle of the field, cut hard over to his right, and then just went up the right-hand sideline. And he wasn't touched, Mike. He was never touched, and showed the speed, got all the way to the end zone, had a fleet of Bobcats blocking downfield for him. What a return by Will Craven. Saddleback takes the lead 24-17. Mike, that catch by Marcus Carrillo-Edgar between the legs that they finally did rule a catch. At first they were saying it was pass interference and no catch, has just totally fired up the Bobcats, who have stormed back to take this lead now after scoring on the Brandon Burwald's 17-yard scramble after the great catch by Marcus Carrillo-Edgar put them in the red zone to tie the game at halftime, and now we start the third quarter. Officially, 93 yards for Will Craven on the kickoff return. 93-yard return for Will Craven, the freshman out of Dana Hills High School. Beautifully set up, and again, the special teams of Saddleback, Coach Dana Roach, the special teams coach, they have been outstanding all season, and it continues here tonight. Afrukte knocks the kick down to about the 7-yard line. Jordan Young will take it. He's trying to match it going left, but there's that special teams play again. Saddleback gets down and makes the stop. No big return in exchange for San Diego Mesa as Jordan Young is cut down. Let me get you that. Josiah Niblett, the sophomore out of Coos Bay, Oregon. This is his kind of weather. So they got stopped at the 16-yard line. Great job by Niblett getting downfield to put Mesa in difficult field position at their own 16-yard line, now trailing after leading 17-3. They now trail 24-17. Here as we start the third quarter, the electrifying return by Craven, 93 yards. Will went down the right sideline, and suddenly Saddleback, who looked for all the world to be discombobulated for most of the first half with those 10 penalties for 93 yards, the fumble that was fallen on in the end zone for the touchdown after Q-Cook was under pressure near his own goal line. Suddenly Mesa was up 17-3, and now look at it, it's 24-17 Saddleback, just starting the third quarter with the touchdown return by Will Craven. Nice throw and catch right there. Odom is back in at quarterback, it looks like, for San Diego Mesa to start the second half. And he goes to Diop, which is the right thing to do. He's their leading receiver. And Cater takes it out to get the first down out of the 26-yard line. Just got the first down. Got a good spot over there on the right sideline. So Odom back in. James threw for 53 yards in the first half. Takes the shotgun snap. Looking over the middle, he's got a receiver there, but kind of alligator armed it. That was Gonzaki again. He had several Saddleback defenders around him, and I think we've got flags. We have unhappy Saddleback coaches and players, but I believe the Bobcats are going to get flagged. And they're looking at targeting. I believe they're looking at the hit on the reception area right there. Possible, yes, shoulder to helmet. It was Trevor Romaldo, sophomore defensive back. And they have called it. And that will end Trevor's evening. And he'll have to sit out the first half next week against Palomar. Well, that is the rule with a targeting penalty, if that's what they ended up calling. I was looking at statistics, so we'll have to see if it was, in fact, targeting. But it's a first down, 15 yards, out to the 41-yard line. San Diego Mesa, new set of downs after the penalty. San Diego Salas on the little counter, makes a nice move to the left, breaks tackles, gets out of a Saddleback defender's grasp near midfield, and rolls into Bobcats territory down to about the 47. First down again for San Diego Mesa. All right, Romaldo is still out on the field, so it was not a targeting violation that would have disqualified him from the game. Just another personal foul. Puts 11 penalties for 108 yards on the Bobcats. Right, it was shoulder, absolutely. Another. San Diego Salas on the carry. See if we had a hold on the interior. Nope. Nothing there. So, there's something going on, but Mark Milson and his crew have been busy, to say the least. We're at 16 penalties for the game so far, 11 on the Bobcats, 5 on San Diego Mesa. Second and 6, Odom out of the gun. He swings it out left to Danny Davis, who's in the game. Drops the swing pass. It'll bring up 3rd and 6 for San Diego Mesa in Saddleback territory, trailing 24-17 after the spectacular 93-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Will Craven, the freshman wide receiver out of Dana Hills High School in Dana Point. Dried out this crowd, which got a little soggy with that heavy rain we had through the half. It has stopped raining. It's just kind of wet and slippery out there, but it's back to decent no-rain football skies for the moment. Odom, 3rd and 6, throws it over the middle, down low. He likes to throw that low ball, And once again, his wide receivers can't help him out with that diving catch. Cesar Coleman, nicely defended. Yeah, Bob got a little slow on the defense right there.
Well, scores from around the SCFA earlier today. We had Golden West hosting Citrus 31-21 final there. West LA goes down to Glendale 37-29. Alan Hancock the winner at Moore Park 17-10. Canyons dispatches Antelope Valley 29-7 at home. Ventura a big over Santa Barbara 49-19. Victor Valley up 14-6 in the third quarter. San Bernardino Valley trailing big to Mount Sac, and Mount Sac one of the top teams, if not the top team in the southern section of the SCFA. 39-0.
Oh, 39.
Riverside at the half, 31-10. Casino, Walton's on top of Sewell, 29-4. Fullerton, up big, Southwestern 35-7. Fourth and 6. Nothing. Casino City, Chief. Third, Lake Valley up 3-0 over Santa Ana. They're also in the third quarter.
All right, it's third. It's now fourth down, 4th and 6. The Olympians in punt formation. Ryan Harris thought about it for a moment. Now does an Australian rules kind of kick, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Got a good Saddleback bounce. And the Bobcats will take over at their own 20-yard line, leading 24-17 with 11:51 to go here in the third quarter. Well, Mark Milson and crew talking once again. Well, the Bobcats will retain possession. They'll just back them up to about their own 10-yard line after the penalty. But we'll see Brandon Burwald, I would imagine, to start the third quarter. Brandon came on in relief of Trey Kukuk. Was 3 out of 4 passing for 43 yards and the touchdown to Tristan Duncan. And scrambled 17 yards after the sensational catch by Marcus Carrillo. Edgar took the Bobcats down to the 17-yard line. Should have been the 13. Bad spot by the officials, but nonetheless, Burwald made it happen.
Yeah, they gave him credit for the catch.
They gave him credit for the catch. Took a while to sort that out, but it was the catch. Here's Burwald. Play fake. Over the middle. Nice coverage there. And they're going to, here's, surprise, surprise, Mike, there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, I think there's early contact here.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Yeah,
got a hold of him.
He's
right
wrapping
there.
him right there.
And the ball's
Yep.
not in there. That's a good call.
Josiah Smith, I believe, the intended receiver, number 18 for the Bobcats.
One score I did fail to mention El Camino on top of Bakersfield at Bakersfield, 24-7 there in the third.
So first down for the Bobcats by penalty. It takes them out to the 20-yard line where it would have been after the touchback without the block in the back. So we all start over again. Handoff to Kenny Manacero. Squirts up the middle with good speed. Found the hole there. Nice blocking by that offensive line of Saddleback. Gain of about 14 yards out to the 34. First down, Bobcats rushing for Kenny. Was held a little bit in check in the first half, but he can get it going at any time. Burwald out of the gun. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. A little sweep around the right side to Kenny. Once he gets going, they like to keep giving it to him. He's one of those backs that seems to get stronger and stronger each and every play. It's only his second carry on the ground, but he's now got positive yardage in 2 back-to-back plays. 13-yard gain there out to the 47 of Saddleback. 11 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Bobcats 24, San Diego Mesa 17. A little bit of motion there, and there'll be a flag.
Early movement. Indeed, that's going to be the call.
So while they're getting that flag out, so James Odom was 7 out of 14 in the first half. Richie Colmenero, the third, 6 out of 11. Both of them 53 and 56 yards, respectively. Q-Cook was 5 for 7 for 71 yards before Burwald came in. 3 for 4 for 43 in the touchdown, and the rushing touchdown as well. In relief here. Straight drop back, avoids the rush, now throws out to the right side to Manacero. Does a nice job keeping his foot in bounds. Nice play by Kenny to get positive yardage on the little scramble elusiveness by Brandon Burwald. Gain of about 5.
Ooh, might have been out of bounds there.
Did we see any green turf? 2nd and 5. And there's Manacero straight up the middle. Nice run for the first down. It'll take it to the 42-yard line of San Diego Mesa. Bobcats move the chain again. Kenny Manacero, 3 good carries here in the Bobcats' first offensive possession.
We talked about these defensive units getting tired up front. You can sustain long drives. You had those 2 nice drives by Saddleback at the end of the first half. They really asserted themselves early second half.
Burwald on the scramble, which he can do well.
It's a late hit.
Maybe a late hit right there, and what do you know? There's a flag that comes raining in.
Unnecessary.
The rain is stopped, but the flags continue to rain down, and that was just, yes, unnecessary. Burwald was headed out of bounds, and they went for his ankles at the sideline, and it's going to be a late hit. I don't think it was anything malicious. It was just not needed.
It's poorly timed, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
He's already out of bounds.
He was well out of bounds. He was even beyond that 3-yard.
What a turn of events. This is 21 unanswered. Bobcats looking for more. San Diego Mesa was up 17-3.
17-3, and Saddleback was looking for all the world like they were not going to find any rhythm. Rolling left, hard pressure. Burwald throws to the end zone. Kind of threw it to an empty spot. Smart play by Brandon. Good pressure. Number 33 for San Diego Mesa.
That's another late hit, and I'm surprised they didn't call that, Mark.
Burwald again took a blow. That was Ryan Black, the edge rusher, who came over. Brandon had gotten rid of the ball, but that time Mark Milson kept the flag in his pocket.
Watch a corner blitz here.
2nd and 10 for the Bobcats at the San Diego Mesa 20-yard line. Jeff Fisher signals in the play from the sideline.
Yeah, this is an audible.
Manacero to his left. Brandon drops straight back, throws down the middle, looking, throwing, oh! Had a chance. Dane Benedicts, the 6'2 wide receiver out of Capistrano Valley, had a chance to pull that off the shoulder pad of the San Diego Mesa defender. Nice effort by Dane. Couldn't quite reel it in. He was trying to get it off the shoulder of Eric Gant, one of those returning secondary players for San Diego Mesa. 9:22 to go here in the third. 3rd and 10 from the 20. Saddleback looking to increase the 24-17 lead. Sack.
Terrible.
Nice pressure right there. Good coverage downfield and good pressure.
You got to get rid of the football. Now it's 4th down and a loss of, 8?
Johan Henry on the corner blitz.
So loss of 6 on the play pretty much effectively takes you out of field goal range, or does it? Here comes a field goal.
Yeah, Fructe from 42. This is within his range in normal conditions. He's got a long of 40 on the year. I watched him warm up, and he was making them from 50, not like Connor Grace off the top of the upright last year, but he's got the leg to make this. If the snap and the hold are good, Burwald is the holder. Snap is down, kick is up. It's got the distance, but it's wide left. Wide left. It had enough leg, not by a lot, but it was wide left.
And you maybe wonder, those 6 yards looming large
absolutely.
There, you can make that a 2-possession game. Instead, it remains a 1-possession game. Bobcats give up possession on the missed field goal.
Yep, and that's the first one Fructe has missed in quite a while. As we mentioned, he was the Southern California Football Association Special Teams Player of the Week last week for his performance at Southwestern.
Can't really fault him either. I mean, a lot of wetness down there.
Heavy ball, kicking off wet turf. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a tough kick in these conditions.
All the variables certainly not pointing in positive direction for him.
And he just didn't get it as cleanly probably as he wanted to. So, James Odom and the Olympians come back out on the field on offense, and a quick pitch and catch, which Odom has shown.
Now they're flagged. This will be a face mask.
Bobcats are going to get flagged for the 5,238th time in today's game. I'm only slightly exaggerating. I believe that's 13. That is 13 for 123 yards now on the Bobcats. On top of a good gain out to the 48-yard line. And there was Odom out of the gun. San Diego Salas to his left. Two receivers top of the screen. Josh Tenval breaking tackles there. Good pressure by the Bobcats. Odom wanted to get rid of it quickly on the RPO and keep it. Oh, he caught one in the head right there. And I'm surprised we didn't see a flag right there. Salas, a little confusion between the two of them maybe.
I think he was giving himself up as a runner. I think that's the proper no call.
2nd and 10 now. San Diego Mesa at their own 48. 7:40 to go here in the third quarter. Saddleback is taking a 24-17 lead after that 17-3 deficit. As we mentioned, turnabout is fair play from last year when Saddleback led at the half 20-0 against the Olympians. San Diego Mesa won at 21-20. Odom, straight drop, pressure. Throws to the sideline, nobody home. Diamato had the coverage, and a whole bunch of Bobcats had the pressure, led by Bryce Kreider, the defensive lineman, came hard from the left side, broke through his blocking, the 6'4", 275-pounder out of San Juan Hills High School, making his presence felt hard from the left side against that big Mesa offensive line. 3rd and 10 now. Big play here for Saddleback. They'd like to keep San Diego Mesa out of their territory and force the punt. And once again, the Bobcats have jumped. And it's going to be an offside call, which will make it 3rd and 5, which is a whole lot better for the Olympians than 3rd and 10. Just enough 14 penalties for 128 yards. This is not one that you're going to put out there for a demo video on how to play clean football, but despite the mistake, Saddleback still leads 24-17, and they gave 7 of those points to the Olympians on the fumble in the end zone. So, somehow they're managing to win the game, which is that is why you play, Mike. You play to win the game, if Furman Edwards is correct. Pressure comes in his face. He throws down deep, had a receiver, but the pressure on the Saddleback blitz could not get it to Jordan Young. Coverage from Diamato because he had Bobcats in his face as he was trying to throw. Yeah, that was great pressure right there by Saddleback's Travis Arena right up the middle.
4th and 5. And are they going to go for it?
I think they're going to go. Yep, I think they're in territory. And
again, you go back to the offsides penalty.
Yeah.
4th and 10 would make this a lot less manageable. 4th and 5, still a lot of plays that you can go to in a situation like this.
Including just trying to draw Saddleback offside, which has not been particularly difficult tonight. All right, it's 4th and 5.
I think that's exactly what they're going to do early in the clock, and they're going to let this thing tick down, maybe even just take the penalty, the 5 yards going the other way.
Yeah, don't waste the timeout. That's always one of the
silliest. Not a one-score game. Yeah. Okay, so they are going to take their first time out. Hey,
no.
Hey, what do we know about this?
No, they took the penalty. They took the penalty. Yes.
No, they took the
they moved it back 5 yards, so it's going to be 4th and 10 now. Yeah, they called delay a game on them because that's the silliest use of a timeout in the world. Early in a half is to try and draw somebody offsides and then call timeout to save 5 yards.
Thought I saw a flag, but it's just a yellow marker on the field.
Yeah, they moved him back. So it's going to be 4th and 10 now, and they'll bring in Ryan Harris to punt. He's done a good job getting the ball away from Saddleback returners. There's a bad snap. It gets away just as I'm talking about getting it. He got it off somehow, some way, somewhere, and it's a beautiful kick.
Wow.
What a kick. Jackson Hagopian had to be as surprised as anybody that
Watch
ball,
this here,
that was
Mark.
amazing. Ryan Harris.
Incredible kick, incredible effort.
So the snap was just gone, and Harris had the, wow. And God, that might have been a roughing call on the Bobcats. That was.
I don't know what the rule is there. If you've given yourself up, I don't know if you've given yourself up as a runner at that point, but if you're scrambling like that, you're just trying to make a play. I don't know if that's
right. Yeah.
if you can make
He's not.
that
That's,
call.
yeah, good call.
Like, are you trying to make a tackle or are you trying to go after the kick? Maybe you're trying to do a little bit of both. But at that point, it's tough to officiate a little.
Yeah.
Let alone throw the flag. And
but what a kick it turned out to be, given the circumstances.
Back to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he got 30 yards, and he kicked it from 30 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Brandon Burwald kept it on a quarterback keeper around the right side.
He had one man. That's a great open field tackle. Burwald, a lot of green in front of him.
They gave him 6, so it's out to the 28. 2nd and 4 for the Bobcats. Brandon Burwald doing an excellent job in relief of Trey Kukuk. Manacero in the backfield to the right. There's Manacero around the left side. He's got room. Kenny between defenders takes it all the way out to near the 45-yard line. The mark him at the 44. First down on the 2nd and 4 run. $16 yards on the gain by Kenny Manacero.
I get the feeling that this defensive front starting to get a little tired.
Saddleback's offensive line is blocked exceptionally well. The rushing game has been 200-plus yards per game with those 3 backs. Burak, another hurdling play by Kenny. It's become a popular thing. Be careful with those guys, but he gets out there and gets a good, solid gain out of it. Burak, Manacero, and Ezekiel Pierce, the triumvirate.
I mean, he gets over one player. I mean,
yeah, it was beautiful.
If he's not on the track team now.
Let's get him out there on the pole vault high jump, something clearing things. All right, it's going to be 2nd and 4 right at midfield. 5:12 to go here in the third quarter. Saddleback, Burak lost his footing, and there's maybe that little slippery turf. And Paulo went down early in the first half as well on a little bit of a slip. So a loss on the play. It'll make it 3rd and a solid 7. From their own 47-yard line, Bobcats need the 46 of San Diego Mesa to sustain the drive. We'll see if it's 4-down territory yet. Here come the Olympians on the blitz. They've got it red on the little screen dump off to Burak. He breaks tackles to the left-hand side, and now it's a foot race. Cutting back is Paulo Burak. He gets all the way down inside the 15-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. First down, Saddleback. They read the blitz. They dumped it off on the screen to Paulo Burak, and he turned on the Jets down the left-hand side from Carlsbad High School. They gave him the 15. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats at the 15-yard line. Trying to get another score on the board to increase this lead. Into the end zone, into the corner. Out of bounds. No chance to come down with that one. DeMario Strong, well covered.
Yeah, coverage pretty good there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a catchable ball, but
I think both of them.
You throw it in a position where your receiver can make a play on it. Unfortunately, unable to do so because of the coverage. 2nd and 10.
I believe that was Chris Jackson on the coverage. It was either Jackson or Jordan Dwyer. I haven't called Jordan's name much. He's got 3 interceptions on the year and has been one of their top players in the secondary. But probably because Saddleback hasn't been throwing towards him. Burwald out of the gun. Burak through the middle on the left-hand
Flag.
side. Flag comes in. We're going to get a hold
Yeah.
on the Bobcats. I saw that one. I think they're going to get the tight end, Seth Lyon, number 88, if what I saw holds true. But I don't have Mike Zepeda's eagle eyes, so.
Right
Yeah, I think they got it right down there, and I believe that was, Seth Lyon, the tight end that they called. Trying to make that kick-out block so Paulo could turn it upfield, as he's done multiple times. Got an injured Bobcat down on the field, Mike. So it's 3:54 to go in the third quarter. Saddleback 24, San Diego Mesa 17. A good one here in the Southern League. Second game for each team. Both teams 1-0 in the Southern League. So trying to keep pace with Riverside and Fullerton. What was the Fullerton score that you mentioned earlier?
Fullerton was up pretty big.
Yeah. So Fullerton and Riverside also 1-0 in the league standings. And San Diego Mesa and Saddleback.
Yeah, you have to imagine that, it's Fullerton and Riverside that are going to be battling for a position here in the South. Riverside, the top team.
Yeah, that's kind of that they don't rebuild, they reload kind of a thing out at Riverside. So they've got a lot of players that can.
It's Riverside, Mount Sac 1 and 2 in the Central. It's, I believe, Mount Sac atop of everything. In Golden West, that's a big game that looms large later in the year. If Golden West is able to dispatch Mount Sac at the end of the season, really going to throw a wrench in the playoff mix. Fullerton, Riverside, the contenders in the South. In the North, it's pretty much wide open. You have Ventura, you have College of the Canyons. They have been the perennial powerhouse in the North.
All right, Bobcats shaking up player off the field. 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Burwald, straight drop, down the left-hand sideline. Got a receiver behind defenders. It's Carrillo Edgar. Makes the catch, but he's out of bounds. Marcus with that incredible ability to get up in the air, keep the ball in his sights, and come down with it. That time he was just...
Look at that. I mean, it's a great shot, just not a valid catch.
Showing why he is Saddleback's top receiver, and that catch in the first half was beyond belief. All right, 3rd and 10 now for the Bobcats. Drive stalling out a little bit. Ezekiel Pierce straight up the middle, and he'll get snuffed out after about a 3-yard gain. So that's going to bring up 4th and decision time. It's going to be 4th and 7.
It's no doubt. I think you got to bring the field goal.
Yep, and they're going to bring a Fructe back out.
40-plus yard field.
Yeah, this one will be right about 40-ish. They'll mark it 39. Is
42,
where
43 yards?
Brandon Burwald's going to spot it at the 29-yard line, so a 39-yard attempt. He had the leg on the last kick from 43. It was just enough with the conditions to get it there, but this one's in his wheelhouse. Burwald the holder. Snap is down, kick is up. Plenty of leg. This one looks like it's right down the pipe, and it is. A Fructe with the field goal, and Saddleback on the 39-yard field goal by the Southern California Football Association Special Team Player of the Week. Goes up by 10, 27-17 with 2:52 to go here in the third quarter. A good one here at Saddleback Stadium. Mark Spin along with Mike Cepeda here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Back at Saddleback Stadium, getting ready for the kickoff. A Fructe who just made the 39-yard field goal to give the Bobcats a 10-point lead. Gets it down to about the 8-yard line. Jordan Young on the return. This time the Bobcats can't get him early like they have And Jordan Young takes it all the way out to the 45-yard line. Good return by Jordan Young, about 36 yards, 37 yards on the return. More whistles, more conversations. A little bit of the old chippiness between, but this time Mark Milson and crew keep the yellow in their pockets. Good return by, well, nope, they didn't keep the yellow in their pockets. There's a holding on. Anytime you see that special teams good play. It was amazing that Will Craven got the touchdown without a penalty on the return to start the second half for Saddleback on the gorgeous 93-yard.
No flag.
I can't say that at all tonight because there seems like there's definitely going to be one. Flags. Yeah, not no flags. Flags. All right, so that backs up after the nice return by Jordan Young is wiped out by the penalty. Surprise, surprise. And we'll see if they come back with Richie Colmenero. So the rotation continues at quarterback for San Diego Mesa. It's planned. This is the way they do it, folks. So James Odom out, Richie Colmenero in. San Diego Salas, the tailback. Tavion Tate, their leading rusher, went out early. Straight drop for Colmenero, looking deep down the sideline. Got a receiver just over the outstretched fingertips of Desur Padgett. He had a step on Saddleback's defensive back there, and the ball was well thrown, just a little bit out of his reach, but ooh. Yeah. K.O. Wallace running with him almost step for step. Padgett just had a little bit of a lead on him. Colmenero, first throw since he's come back in the game, maybe a little cold, didn't quite have the touch on it. But a nice try down the field. Now they throw the little inside screen, and it's beautiful play, knocked down by the Bobcats. Came in with pressure. That's Brennan Acosta, got his hands up, number 42, and knocks it down. All 6'5" of him, the freshman out of El Toro, put that height to good use right there. And now it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Olympians, who were backed up at their own 15-yard line after the holding penalty negated a nice return by Jordan Young on the kickoff. They trail 27-17. 2:33. Colmenero under pressure, hit as he throws down the field. Beautiful catch. Oh, he just falls out of the hands of Jordan Young, and he probably should have come down with that. D'Amato with the coverage once again, who will never make it easy on anybody. Running step for step with him, but look where that ball is placed. Could not be any better. D'Amato got a hand in there. Great play by Michael. A beautiful ball by Colmenero. Jordan Young just had it raked out of his hands at the last moment by D'Amato. Ryan Harris will punt it away. A good snap this time. And a fair catch called for by the Bobcats.
Just an incredible job. Defense getting pressure. Keeps it clean. Not a late hit.
Oh.
I mean, that is a terrifically thrown ball.
Yes.
Under duress.
Could not be any better thrown. Chase Christner with a good fair catch in the wet conditions right at midfield. So with 2:18 to go in the third quarter, Saddleback takes over an excellent field position, looking to add to their 27-17 lead. 24 unanswered points for the Bobcats. 2-2 on the season. San Diego Mesa 3-1. Both teams 1-0 in the Southern League coming into tonight's game. Paulo Burak, hard run off right tackle. Found a hole, got outside, and got 5 yards. Looked like the play was designed to go left. Paulo saw the opening to the right, cut back, and picked up a quick 5. 2nd and 5. Tempo now for Saddleback. Burwald hands it again to Burak, straight up the middle. Great blocking, great hole, good power running by Paulo Burak. Big gain. Takes it all the way down to the 29-yard line. 16-yard gain for Paulo. Good power running. Offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach Jeff Fisher there on the sideline in the gray hoodie. You might see him there at the bottom of your screen. A little sweep to Paulo Burak around the left side. That play was very successful in the win over Antelope Valley for both Manacero and Burak in the second half. That sweep to the left. And just when Antelope Valley started taking it away, what did they do? They went around the right side and got a touchdown out of it with Ezekiel Pierce. Now, no gain on the play. Stout defense by San Diego Mesa there, slowing the Bobcats for the moment. Now they're looking in. They're going to get a whole new play set up. Burak moves to the left side. Tristan Duncan split wide to the left, man-to-man coverage there. He's looking for him. He throws to Duncan in the left-hand corner. Great over-the-shoulder catch by Tristan Duncan. Showing a wonderful ability to catch the ball on that side of the field down by the goal line on those kind of oddly placed. Nobody but him is going to catch it. Gorgeous play. Gives the Bobcats 1st and goal. Look at that. Over the shoulder. Kept it. They're going to spot it at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal Bobcats. 22 seconds in the third quarter. Burak gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Saddleback will probably let this run out and take it to the fourth quarter with a 27-17 lead. And I think that's what's going to happen. So at the end of 3 quarters here at Saddleback College, Saddleback 27, San Diego Mesa 17. We will be back for the fourth quarter with Saddleback knocking on the door to try and put this one potentially out of reach here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Second and goal for the Bobcats there from the 2. No gain again. That's going to bring up 3rd and goal. Set up by the beautiful 27-yard Brandon Burwald to Tristan Duncan. Great catch by Duncan out at the 2. 3rd and goal from just inside the 3. They go to Burak for the 3rd straight time, and number 3 makes it pay off with the touchdown. Saddleback power running by the Bobcats. Score! Paulo Burak, the freshman out of Carlsbad High School. 5'11", 215-pounder, just pulled his way into the end zone. The Bobcats are rolling. Downhill running. And he had a little hello, thank you there as he came into the end zone from Eric Gant. Not sure who got the worst of that. Extra point is up and good by Afrukte. And Saddleback jumps out to a 17-point lead. 3 scores, 34-17. Here in the start of the fourth quarter, 14:38 to play. Wow. Mark Spin along with Mike Zepeda here. Saddleback looked just out of sync, out of rhythm, almost disinterested early in the game with all the mistakes, penalties, couldn't get anything going, trailed 17-3, and now they've scored. Yeah.
Very good against the rush. Sidestepping rushers, making those good throws, running when he needed to, making plays. And that was a brilliant the QB position for the rest of the evening. As the Bobcats at 34-17, the kickoff return over the half.
Yes, Will Craven, 93 yards. A couple of electrifying plays by the Bobcats tonight. The sensational catch by Marcus Carrillo Edgar that set up Brandon Burwald's 17-yard touchdown run late in the second quarter. And then the touchdown return on the opening kickoff of the second half by Craven, 93 yards. And now the Bobcats are in sync and moving the football like they have for the last couple of weeks, where they've totaled more than 500 yards per game in offense. You know, Trey Kukoc is an all-CIF, South Coast League MVP quarterback at Cabell Valley High. Talented kid, and he's shown brilliance at times, but he's also shown these little, as you said, a little flustered. The pressure from San Diego Mesa in that second quarter, the rush coming at him, they were having a hard time dumping off those little screen passes, and Trey had to kind of eat the ball a couple of times, lost the fumble that turned into the defensive touchdown in the end zone for San Diego Mesa when they fell on it. And that's when Kerry Crabb made the switch to Brandon Burwald. And as you said, they've just been hitting on all cylinders since then, because I think Burwald, his style of play was a better fit against this San Diego Mesa defense. Yeah. All right, 1st and 10 for the Olympians after the touchback on the kickoff. Handoff straight up the middle. Nice, solid power running there. I believe that's Danny Davis, number 27 in the game at running back. As we mentioned, Tavion Tate.
Just going to mention, Tate goes out after the second play of the ball game, not had your leading rusher on a team that wants to run the football.
Yep.
Certainly that has hampered San Diego Mesa's ability to move the football here tonight with some consistency.
That's right. And we hope, blindside block. There's going to be a hold there on Mesa. This will be coming back. And pass is complete along the left sideline, but the right-hand tackle there, that's just Greco-Roman wrestling.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Doesn't work in football. You get flagged every time.
Yeah, you can't do. That's one of those just massive offensive line. That's Andrew Johnson, the 6'4", 300-pound sophomore out of Poway High School. I mean, he's lined up along with Jose Sanchez, 6'6", 290, under 300 pounds. Who knew? They've got Kainoa DeVore, a 6', 255-pounder. So they got their agility linemen in there right now. But they're still just massive. Cody Kemphonik, 6'3", 310. He's in there right now as well. As we've mentioned, 5 offensive linemen on the roster listed at over 300 pounds. And they were, dominating the line of scrimmage early on, because Santiago Salas has stepped in and done a nice job with the power runs early in that first half. Saddleback has adjusted well, though, and taken that away by and large. It's going to be third and one, it's 3rd and inches at the 34-yard line. Mesa just needs to get it across the 35, get that nose of the football. Danny Davis, no. Colmenero keeps it. Now he swings it out to Jordan Young along the right side. He breaks the tackle, he'll have the first down, and takes it out near midfield. Good hard running by Jordan. And then the flag comes in. I think we're going to get the Bobcats on a late hit here. Yeah, there's a little extra push as he was wrapped up and out of bounds. Yeah, they got... That's
pretty good there, and then you don't need that.
As we mentioned, Saddleback saying anything you can do in the 300-pound category. That's big number 90, Lacer Luter, 6'4", 335, out of Detroit. Yeah, he can match up with those Mesa 300-pound clubs. All right, first down for the Olympians, trying to get back in this, trailing 34-17, 13-11 to go in the fourth quarter. Colmenero hit from behind slightly as he throws, but a nice ball down the field. Just had an open receiver running free. Jazur Paget.
Flag in the secondary. Let's see if this is a hold here.
Zer Padgett was open by several steps.
Well, you see the flag being thrown.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is this going to be a pick?
I think they're going to get a defensive holding.
No, I think this is a pick play. No?
Yeah. There's a little bit of a grab as the receiver on the far left was running his fly pattern. I think it was Cater Diop who got held on that. So a couple more penalties on the Bobcats. I've kind of lost track. My math isn't that good, but it's getting up into near the 200-yard mark, I think. I know it's above 15 now. All right. First down for San Diego Mesa at the Saddleback 33-yard line. Richie Colmenero III steps up. Now he dumps it off nicely to Danny Davis, who takes it. He's going to have a nice gain all the way down to the Saddleback 15. That's another first down for San Diego Mesa, who says we are not done yet because there's still 12:44 to play, and we want to get this thing down to a 2-score game.
That's a great job of just taking what the defense gives you.
Yeah. Colmenero, I mean, last year he impressed me in this game, stepping in for Gunnar Gray and just doing a nice job keeping his poise and leading the the Olympians to the comeback victory over the Bobcats. Here, the quirk of the scheduling with the realigned division is San Diego Mesa is back here again at Saddleback Stadium this year. So on the road one more time, looking for another comeback victory. Oh, and there's probably a late hit right there on the Bobcats that no flag comes in, but that could have been, the ball was well past.
I think that's easily one that could have been flagged.
Yeah, the way it's been coming tonight, that was like, oops. All right, so now it's going to be 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Colmenero, last year they listed him, Mike, at 205. This year they listed him at 175. So he has trimmed down because he is noticeably a little bit quicker and fleet of foot because he was a good size 6-footer last year. Now he looks a little... he's got the fitness regimen down. Moving well in the pocket. Steps and throws a nice ball there. And there's that top receiver, Cater Diop. The guy they want to throw it to as often as they can. Came in with 4 touchdowns. Leading receiver for the Olympians with the score in the right corner of the end zone on a nice ball by Richie Colmenero III. Saying, you're darn right I worked hard to get in great shape for this season, and look at that pass I just made.
Throws a dart.
Yeah, nothing the Bobcats could do there. And it was a beautiful throw and catch. Cater Diop, his 5th touchdown of the season. Cale Wallace tried to make the coverage. Escudero's extra point is up and good, and it's 34-24. With 12:05, the Olympians hanging in there here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Stick around with us. We've got a good finish coming up. All right, back at Saddleback College, the Bobcats hoping that Will Craven can do it again. 93-yard touchdown return for Craven to start the second half. And now that the Olympians have cut it to 34-24, looking for a little bit more electricity on special teams. Ryan Harris boots it. Craven's going to let this one go, and it goes into the end zone. Paulo Burak will let it go. And Saddleback will take over after the touchback with a 34-24 lead. So, Mike, next week's a bye week in Southern California Football Association football. Here's the 93-yard second half opening kickoff return for touchdown by the freshman out of Dana Hills High School. Will Craven, untouched, cut back from the middle to the right sideline and cruised with a fleet of Bobcat blockers. Yep. Touchdown. San Diego Mesa has played 4 of their first 5 games here on the road. So their next game, they finally come back home, and they get Fullerton on a Thursday night on the 12th. Saddleback has got Palomar homecoming here at Saddleback Stadium on the 14th. Burwald on his design quarterback run keeps it around the left side, picks up about 6. Nice gain on first down for Brandon Burwald.
Yeah, we'll have coverage for you here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. That week will be the Thursday night game of the week, Ventura at Moore Park, and we'll also have coverage for you there.
Is there any place that you're not?
Well,
No, folks.
I'm in Columbus, Ohio this week, the following week in Indianapolis, and the week after that, San Diego.
And what's going on in Columbus?
Just work.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, well, as I've said, folks, Mike is the hardest working man in community college sports broadcasting, if not sports broadcasting in totality, because he was up at Golden West today calling that game on SoCalCollegeSports.com, the noon kickoff for that one at Golden West. Yep.
Noon kickoff.
Made his way down the 405 into the 5 here in Mission Viejo to pick up.
I cheated. I took the 73.
Toll road is the way to
toll
go.
roads.
It's worth the
Okay.
$8 sometimes, you know.
Yeah, throw in a couple bucks there, and it's the right move, especially considering the traffic. A lot of traffic. In California, we didn't get a lot of rain.
Yeah.
When rain happens.
Oh, yeah,
Not a lot of people remember how to drive.
No.
So
And then clueless would be the best word. All right, Bobcats, 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard gain by Burwald. New formation here. They've got 2 backs. Let's see if they send one in motion to split out. Tailback position looks like Ezekiel Pierce, and it is Pierce, and he gets a gain. He should get the first down across the 35. First time we've seen that formation in the backfield for Saddleback.
Mark, it's amazing the evolution of a team throughout the season. You go back to earlier in the year, week 1, Saddleback could very well have beaten Ventura. Ventura handling Santa Barbara. Week 2, Saddleback goes up to Santa Barbara and takes the L. So, it's a young team that's learning how to win football games. Still need to seal the deal here, 11:04 remaining.
And they're trying to do that on the ground and running hard, running strong.
Big thump.
Ezekiel Pierce, like I said, they use that triumvirate of running backs. Look at me throwing out triumvirate.
Can you spell triumvirate?
I could with a couple of attempts. It's Kenny Manacero, Paulo Burak, and now Ezekiel Pierce have handled the duties on the ground along with great runs by Burwald from the quarterback position. So the Bobcats getting it done on the ground and eating up clock because we're under 10.5 to play. 10-point lead for Saddleback. Pierce now on the sweep to the right-hand side, looking to cut it back upfield.
Here comes the penalty.
Flag comes in, probably going to get a hold on one of the wideouts on Saddleback, blocking on the edge.
82, I think.
Not much of a gain. So we'll be interested to see if they're going to move them back, I got to think, to make it 2nd and about 16. Yeah. Got him on the edge.
It's a loss of yardage on the play. Would have made it 3rd and still long.
Yeah, it would have been 3rd and about 8, I think. But now
loss of 2 on the play. It was 3rd and 6. So back it up 10.
Yep.
2nd and 16.
2nd and 16, but more clock. You give them an extra play.
Right.
Right.
And that's exactly my
Why would they do that?
It's a 2-possession ball game, 10-19 to go.
Field position, Gary Watkins says, guys. That's what I'm trying to get here. So Burwald now looks left, now comes back right. The little inside slant screen, broken up, incomplete. Never had it. Josiah Smith, sophomore out of Northwood High in Irvine. I don't think he had possession of that.
Big hit.
Yeah. Chris Jackson, defensive back number 2, in on the hit there. Now it's going to be 3rd and 16. So with the incomplete pass to stop the clock, maybe Gary Watkins has got something figured out here. See if they bring the house. It looks like they're showing blitz. They're showing 7 guys coming. Burwald sees it, rolls left, stops and throws down the middle towards the right sideline.
Wow.
Beautiful throw and catch. What a throw by Burwald, moving to his left across his body down the left sideline on the slant pattern to Josh Collins. Beautiful throw and catch there. Huge gain for the Bobcats on 3rd and 16. First down, Saddleback. Tick, 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 the Bobcats say as the clock moves on, and they're at the Olympians' 40-yard line. Now they're going to take their time at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, kill that clock.
You betcha. Jeff Fisher tells Burwald, take your time. 3 on the play clock. And the Bobcats snap it right at the 1 second mark on the play clock. Good play by Burwald to let it tick all the way down. Handoff to Ezekiel Pierce, goes left for about a yard, stays in bounds.
Look at the great job here by Burwald. He's going to buy some time, picks up a block, and then throws his receiver open. The ball's out. The receiver hasn't turned his head around.
Beautiful. Burwald saw the blitz coming because Mesa brought the house.
And knew exactly where he needed to put the football. Receiver turns around. It's in the air. Locates it. Completion, first down.
And Burwald took the snap and immediately sprinted to his left. And Josh Collins was running the hash mark pattern and then slanted towards the flag on the out. And it was a perfect throw and catch. Burwald now with a big run down the left-hand sideline. Big gain for Brandon Burwald. See if they gave him enough for the first down or if
they're going to move the chains.
First down for the Bobcats. Clock continues to run. Stop now at 8:15, and now they're going to wind it. Coming up on the 8-minute mark. Saddleback driving here, leading 34-24 here at Saddleback Stadium on a wet night in Mission Viejo, but the rain has stopped, and we've seen some better football here in the second half. Still a lot of penalties, but better execution overall. Nice play by the Mesa defense.
Yeah, I just don't understand what Burwald's doing there. Why are you wasting 10 seconds? You could have taken 10 more seconds off of the clock, and instead you snap it at about 11 on the play clock.
Premier Whitley, a 6'3" freshman out of Helix High School.
And Mesa tees off.
Yeah. Alma mater of Bill Walton, Helix High School. Bill will send me $20 later. Yeah. All right. 2nd and 13 after the loss.
Should have went trivia here.
I'm tough in trivia. Pierce around the right-hand side. Now he breaks tackles, gets to the outside, down the right-hand sideline. Looks like he picked up about 11 or 12. We'll see where they mark it. Did he get enough for the first, Mike? They're moving the chains. He stayed in bounds. I thought maybe he had stepped out at the 21, but he got around that and got down the field well past the first down marker. First down, Bobcats looking to put hopefully what they think would be the clinching score.
Yeah, the Bobcats looking for a couple coffin nails on this.
They got him out at the 18.
Touchdown drive. They're already up 2 scores. They can make it 3 right here.
Ezekiel Pierce.
Free play? No.
Rolling left again. He's been effective going that way. Throws to the corner route. That's a flag. Yes, easy. Absolutely. Yeah, you body checked him from the 5-yard line in. Dane Benedict's the coverage. Oh, he's holding him around the waist. That one I can't argue with. Tyson Shields.
Got to buy me dinner first.
That would be pass interference. So it'll be another first down for the Bobcats. Chance to kill more clock and a chance to get more points on the board.
And the hits just keep on coming. Oh,
they just keep coming. I mean, I'm almost afraid to look at the stats to see the penalties now, Mike, but I think I have to just to.
Well, it was a similar tenor earlier today. Citrus College really made Golden West work in that third quarter, forced a couple of turnovers, a couple of botched plays by Golden West, allowed Citrus to take the lead. But then Citrus comes right back and gives a bunch of yardage, a bunch of just ill-timed penalties going against them. And
that's got to drive.
Golden West, well-coached, really solid program. Not the type of team where you have a margin for error like that, and Citrus really shot themselves in the foot en route to the loss.
Jeff Fisher came running down the sideline to get the timeout before the play clock expired there, so the Bobcats will regroup here, leading 34-24. And, boy, I'm going to try and add up all this penalty yardage while we're in the timeout. Yeah. We'll be right back on SoCal College Sports. I'll give you those numbers in a minute. They are staggering on the Laundry. Sweep around the left-hand side. Ezekiel Pierce is stacked up, and the Mesa defense has started to figure out that play is what they want to go to down around the goal line, so we'll see what the Bobcats do. Coming up on 2nd and goal. A little bit of a loss on the play, back to the 4, I believe. We'll see where they spot it. No, they're going to call it no gain. Well, no, they moved it back to the 4. A loss of about a yard. So 2nd and goal from the 4. It's 10 penalties for 141 on Mesa. And you ready for this, Mike? 19 for 188 against Saddleback. That's 19 for Saddleback alone. 29 combined between the two teams.
I feel like we're watching a Raider-Denver game from 1995.
More than 320 yards in penalties. All right, 2nd and goal from the 4. Burwald with a Pierce in the backfield. Rolling left. Throws to the corner of the end zone. Beautiful throw and catch. Are they going to give it to? Yes, they are. He got feet down. Josh Collins with his second great catch on this drive. This one for the touchdown. Looks like the knee hit before he got to the chalk. From another angle, we might see that even a little better, but it looked like the knee hit right there with the ball in his possession. Bang, bang, but both officials looking at each other.
Confirmed.
Marianne Menlove looking at the back judge, Owen Seaver, and it's a touchdown. Saddleback score with 5:27 to go. Fructe looking to make it 41-24, another 3-score lead. Important extra point here. Another little delay. I'm not sure what this one is. False start on the Bobcats. 20th penalty, which will take them up to 193 yards because I can add 5 to 188. And, yeah, it's just one of those ones where in Game 5 of the season, you hate to see your team making this many mistakes. But, again, not a hard kick for a Fructe from 25 yards. It's just the irritation of it for Kerry Crabb and company. Extra point is up, and it's an important one, and it's good, which makes it 41-24. Kyan Fructe drills that one through. 17-point lead. Saddleback 41, San Diego Mesa 24. Back for the kickoff in just a moment. Back at Saddleback Stadium, 5:27 to play here in the fourth quarter. Mark Spin along with Mike Cepeda, SoCalCollegeSports.com, part of the quintuple header here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Despite more than 325 yards in penalties between the two teams, it's been a pretty exciting game. Saddleback has stormed back from a 17-3 deficit to now lead 41-24. Fructe kicking off as the Bobcats got the touchdown from Burwald. 4-yard toss to Josh Collins. Breaking the return, there's Jordan Young. He'd been looking to do that all night. First little glitch in the Saddleback special teams the last couple of kickoffs, actually. The flags brought it back the first time. Good return by Young again right there, and now a flag comes in after the play. And I have a feeling that, they're pointing fingers and woofing. So we'll see who is guilty of the worst woofing.
Yeah, we're going to see it here.
Yeah. It's on the Bobcats. A little shove at the end of the play. Yep. And just one of those unnecessary things. You know, aggressive football is one thing, sure. Griffin Line, special teamer out of Eugene, Oregon. His kind of weather here tonight.
Would you say this is reminiscent of Coos Bay weather?
Coos Bay earlier. We have a Coos Bay player in the game, and we got now a Eugene, Oregon. So, yes, we definitely got Oregonian-type climate today, but the skies did open up mid-second quarter through halftime. It dried up right before we started the third quarter. James Odom back in the game as the rotation continues. And there's Diop with another catch. Kader Diop, the transfer from Concordia St. Paul in Minnesota, sophomore with the Olympians, with a nice catch. He's their leading receiver. Nice ball by James Odom once again. He does throw a nice ball. He and Coleman Arrow both have thrown nice balls. All right, first down inside Saddleback territory at the 43-yard line. Long pass down the left-hand sideline. Nobody home. A little bit of hands in the air saying they were grabbing me. I don't think that they were, but, in this game, you never know. Mike, Brad Hoyseth, the sports information director here at Saddleback College, one of the greats, he gives us the tail of the tape before the game and so forth, and we see this lifetime series and the last meeting and all that. I think he needs to add most penalty yards into this series history and add that one from the 2023 edition, because I can't imagine there's ever been more penalty yardage combined when these two teams have met. Odom does a nice job escaping pressure, throws over the middle to Young, who does a nice move to cut back to the middle and take it down to the Saddleback inside the 25. They'll probably put it down around the 23. First down for the Olympians. Again, not going quietly. They mark it just inside the 24. Odom with Salas to his right. Three-step drop. Now looking down the left-hand sideline. He's behind the defender, but Michael D'Amato closes. Oh, I saw that side judge kind of reaching for his flag. And let's see, boy, if we can see that on the replay. It looked for half a second like that right hand was reaching in for the yellow. But D'Amato does another great job. Watch that right hand on the referee. And then he came up with the incomplete pass. I don't know if he was turning off the clock, perhaps, but... Yeah, he did not have his head turned, but he got perfect timing to get back and break up the play. D'Amato's been a stalwart. Odom, short drop again, throwing over the middle. Got a receiver there. That's a touchdown for San Diego Mesa. And that's A.J. Gonzaki, the 6-foot freshman out of La Jolla Country Day by way of Mission, Texas. Gets the touchdown for the Olympians on the crossing pattern. Beautiful throw by Odom, right on the money, in stride. A.J., who had a little bit of a tough time earlier on a throw over the middle, this time reeled it in, sprinted to the end zone untouched, and suddenly it's 41-30, looking to make it a 10-point game with Escudero on for the extra point to try and keep things interesting. And it's remained more interesting than the Bobcats would probably like it. Quick drive for San Diego Mesa, led by James Odom. Touchdown pass. A.J. Gonzaki. 41-31, 4:11 to play. The hits just keep on coming here at Saddleback Stadium. And now you'd like to see the Bobcats, if you're Kerry Crabb, really put that ground game into fourth gear for the fourth quarter and finish this thing off with a few first downs, make San Diego Mesa use their timeouts, and keep it a two-score game at least before the Olympians can get the ball back. I'm wondering if Gary Watkins is thinking onside kick here at this point. They've got all three timeouts. Ryan Harris. Saddleback has the hands team up front. They're expecting the onside kick, or at least they're ready for it if it should happen. Olympians, 6 players to the right. .4:11 to go, 41-31. And it's a little pooch kick down the middle. Saddleback Burak comes up at the 24-yard line. He's got a hole up the middle. They close it up fairly quickly, but a decent run back and good field position for Saddleback out to the 35. Saddleback takes over 1st and 10. 4:07 left to play here in the ball game. Saddleback on top 41-31. Mark Spin along with Mike Zepeda on SoCalCollegeSports.com. This has been a lot of fun despite the frustration of the penalties. We are over 320 yards in total penalty yardage, and I think we're going to add to that right here and now, Mike. Offside on the kick. Yeah, they'll add that to the end of the run to take it out to the 40 for the Bobcats. So they've got excellent field position. They've got a 10-point lead. If they can make San Diego Mesa use a couple of timeouts with some rushing first downs, they could probably put this one in the bank. But the way this game has gone, I would not be all that assured of the unexpected coming to late. Schroeder Ditch, 6'4" wide receiver, 6'5" as a matter of fact, out of Trabuco Hills, down at the bottom of your screen. First time we've seen him tonight. Burwald out of the gun. Hands it off straight up the middle to Kenny Manacero, who's back in. Gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Clock is running. We'll see when Gary Watkins decides to start using his timeouts. Trailing by 10 with under 4 minutes to play. 3:50. And it'll be down to 3:20 before Saddleback gets a playoff unless the Olympians have indeed burned a timeout here. Now they're resetting the play clock to 25. And it's ticking down at 20. Saddleback should snap it when it gets to about 3:18 left on the clock and keep it ticking. Burwald's watching it intently. 4 on the play clock. 3. They snap it at 3. Manacero straight up the middle. Bounces it outside. Nice tackle there. Good wrap up by 44. Timeout by the Olympians. First action we've called for Samson Fanua, defensive lineman out of Mira Mesa High School in San Diego. Samson's, 6'2", 250. I think the lightest guy on San Diego Mesa is probably like 220 or something, But, yeah, they're a big, strong, physical team.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't look like it's, program inflation. These look like legit numbers.
Yeah, they're good-sized players. And Samson Fanua, my apologies on mispronouncing his name originally, made a nice ankle tackle on Kenny Manacero, had some room to get outside, which has been the forte of Saddleback's ground game, where they're bouncing to those outside sweeps after initially coming up the middle. That time Sampson was there to wrap him up. The Olympians used their first time out. So
it's the last, if you owned a hometown buffet, San Diego Mesa offensive line is the last thing you want to see come into your store.
Oh, they could, they could do some damage for sure. All right, 3:16, and it's 3rd down and 8 for the Bobcats from their own 42. Big play here for both teams. San Diego Mesa wants to force a punt and try to make this a one-score game. Burwald in the design quarterback run on the fake. Powers his way up to the 49-yard line. He's going to be about a yard short, but the 210-pounder out of White Bear Lake, Minnesota, almost crushed his way to a first down after the play fake option where he was going to keep it the whole time. You just saw that coming.
Look at Burwald fight here. Faked out the camera guy.
Oh, they were ripping at the ball, and he took advantage of that to just kind of keep plowing.
Yeah, great job protecting the football there, plowing ahead. It's going to be 4th and 1.
It's 4th and 1, and we'll see what Kerry Crabb decides to do. I mean, you're up 10, you're at midfield, you've made him use 2 timeouts. The prudent thing would be to punt it, but if you do plow ahead and get the yard,
I mean, you got to have something in your bag here, because the first down essentially seals the deal.
Yes.
Might already be sealed, and maybe that's the argument for punting it away. They need 2 scores here.
Yeah.
But pick up 1 yard to win the game, essentially.
Right.
I say you go for it.
Well, and Kerry Crabb and Jeff Fisher may agree with you, because the offense is back out on the field, and they're in that formation with Ezekiel Pierce, or that's Manacero, now, and he's going to hand it off to him, and Kenny's going to get the first down, plowing ahead for a gain of 3.
I think it's a terrific call. It's a great job by Coach Crabb.
Confidence.
Fisher. Yeah, having confidence up front. You've worn down this defensive unit For San Diego Mesa, a first down on that play essentially seals the deal. Only one timeout remaining for San Diego Mesa. This game is all but over.
Good hard run by Manacero. Just put his head down and came between the tackles. They opened up a nice little gap for him. He just wedged his way through there. That was that formation with Josiah Niblett in the backfield with him. We haven't seen that except for a couple of times. Now the Bobcats are just going to play tick, tick, tick. We're 2:32 and counting here at Saddleback Stadium, 41-31. Bobcats looking to go to 2-0 in the Southern League. Little counter handoff again to Manacero, and Kenny just pounds his way forward. See if I can get some numbers for you on Manacero here, who did not see action until about the third quarter in terms of carrying the ball. He caught passes.
Was about 60 yards on the night on 8 carries.
Yeah, there you go. He's not the best color man in the business for nothing, folks.
Yeah, I do what I can.
Yes, indeed. And he's, Kenny got a couple of swing passes early in the game, and they were using him as a little flare receiver. That dried up pretty quickly, and that kind of led to the switch from Trey Kukoc to Brandon Burwald because Trey just couldn't get the ball downfield.
Massively effective as Burwald ever since he's been inserted in the lineup. You talk about his numbers to the air, 9 of 15 for 157 yards, couple of touchdowns. He's the leading rusher on this team tonight, too, 10 attempts for 61 yards. He's averaging 6.1 yards a carry, and his team's coming through for him. And he seems just to be getting better performance from this offensive unit.
And they've updated.
It's been an impressive comeback. They have outscored San Diego Mesa 38 to 14 since they trailed 17-3.
Bobcats nearing 200 yards on the ground. Not quite there yet, but they're closing in on it.
No timeouts.
Manacero goes straight up the middle for a gain of about 5.
Yeah, that should do it.
Is that the first down? He's right at the chains.
Yeah, he's right at the marker, and they should move the chains.
And they do.
That effectively ends the ball game.
That should do it, yeah. No timeouts left for the Olympians.
Yeah.
Now you can just go into victory formation, celebrate 3 consecutive victories. San Diego Mesa, both teams with the bye next week.
They could be 4-1 right now going into the bye. They could be 5-0.
They could be 5-0.
Instead, they started off 0-2. Credit to this coaching staff really righting the ship for the Bobcats.
Yeah, and now again, it's going to be, all right, well, Burwald has just shown that he's consistent.
And this is a young team.
And Trey,
a young team that you want to see if you can maybe have them take the next step as the season comes along. Bring some players back next year. Mm-hmm. It's all about the trajectory of the program and how that moves going forward.
Right, and I think they see Trey Kukoc as the quarterback, for 2 years here, and Burwald is just, hey, I'm still here, and we play really well.
Well, certainly tonight,
yes.
Burwald gave them the better chance
last
to win,
week,
and
in
he
the week,
absolutely performed when he was called upon.
He was great, and it was Kukoc who came off the bench against Antelope Valley after Burwald got the start in that game. So you go with the hot hand. Credit to Kerry Crabb for doing that. Credit to both of those young men for cheering each other on and supporting each other. It's never easy to be in a quarterback duel, but the Saddleback, they've shown no ill effects from switching out, nor has San Diego Mesa, because both Colmenero and Odom have done well.
That'll do it.
That will be the last knee of the game after there was one more 5-yard penalty against the Bobcats, which I think took them over 200 yards in penalties for the game on the play preceding. So Saddleback is going to get the victory. Final score as we count down here at Saddleback Stadium. Saddleback 41, San Diego Mesa 31. Bobcats rallied from a 17-3 second quarter deficit. The spark of Brandon Burwald coming on in relief of Trey Kukoc led the Bobcats to the victory. Burwald 9 out of 15, 157, 2 TDs. Had a rushing TD as well on a dynamic 17-yard score. And a couple of great throws. Josh Collins had a touchdown catch, had a big catch down the field on a drive to keep it alive when Mesa was threatening to get back in it.
Touchdown to Tristan
There's
Duncan.
the throw to Tristan Duncan.
We'll have it on one more angle.
Our Truman State transfer for Saddleback. Pride of Effingham, Illinois. Beautiful catch. He did the same thing against Antelope Valley on a kind of a back shoulder
Catch with
thing.
the legs.
And there's the catch of the year right here. Watch this, folks. Marcus, Carrillo, Edgar. That is just sensational. And it took some time, but the referees eventually agreed that it was a catch. What a throw, what a catch. And here's Burwald with that big 17-yard run, and they know you're not going to tackle me, Mr. Defensive Back. Touchdown, Saddleback, through the rain, through the mist. 3-2 now, 2-0 in the league. That'll finish it up here at Saddleback College. For Mike Zepeda, I am Mark Spin. Thank you for joining us. Our final score again, Saddleback 41, San Diego Mesa 31 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Have a great night.